Like my story?
No, not your story, a story. Since you can't keep your mouth shut long enough for me to read my paper, tell me a story.
I don't think I know any stories.
You don't know any stories?
No.
All right, I'll tell you a story. This is a newspaper, right? It's 90% bullshit, but it's entertaining. That's why I read it, because it entertains me. You won't let me read it, so you entertain me with your bullshit. Tell me a story right now. Go.
What's up, fight fans? We are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am always your host, Edwin. Where do all fights start?
Round one.
Let's go.
Another one.
Listen, well, we're back. We're going to be talking about this Devin Haney deal. I want to know what you guys had to think about my first morning video, my live stream, and the question that I brought up. We'll be talking about that. Before I get into this, I just want to make a public service announcement to any of my subscribers or to anyone residing in Massachusetts. I need y'all to show up for me. I need you to show up to the voting ballot, and I need you to vote no on question 8. They're trying to repeal the recreation marijuana use, and we're trying to stop them. Listen, if y'all want to see your boy round one and get that Wi-Fi paid, vote no for your boy. So I need y'all to show up. Anybody resigning in Massachusetts, they're trying to shut down the marijuana recreational use program. So I'm gonna need you guys to show up for me. All right, and that is on November 3rd. Remember that, November 3rd. Okay. All right, guys. So, and I'm gonna be bringing that up later on in the show again to remind y'all, because I really need y'all to show up for me. And if you guys, anybody out there in Massachusetts, see this, pass this along, November 3rd. All right, I need you guys to show up. All right. So, um, what's up, Frontline? How you doing? In the building. Look, this morning we talked about the Devin Haney deal, and when he signed with DAZN. And a lot of people felt that it was all about money. And whether or not this guy was ducking this guy and whether Shakur Stevenson went on the other side of the street. I really don't think none of this shit matters. I think both fighters did what was best for their situation and their careers. That's what I truly believe. I believe Shakur Stevenson, the Zuffa way, fit him. It worked for him. I think that he took the most money for his name. And congratulations to Shakur Stevenson. I don't think he was avoiding the rest of the fighters no more. I view it now as business decisions for the both young men. I think Shakur Stevenson signed to Zuffa. Congratulations. But Devin Haney spoke louder than words, and also another fighter like Teofimo Lopez. And more fighters are soon going to be signed to the zone. And I think that Devin Haney signed to the zone not because the zone offered him more money, not because he was playing the more money card. It hasn't been come out. It has not been confirmed what the deal with the zone entailed yet. But I have a clue and I have an assumption where that I believe that Devin Haney didn't sign with Zuffa because in order to sign with Zuffa, you would have to sign away all your rights to DHP promotion. That means that your father is no longer your manager, and everybody that you have working for you, running all your platforms, your where you show up to, everything, Devin Haney merchandise, everything. That all goes to Zuffa. Zuffa owns all your promotional rights. He would have to trade Bill Haney in for Dana White. That means everything you and your father worked for since day one, Dad has been next to you. I don't think Devin wanted to give that up for a dollar amount. Not that the fact that Bill would actually leave his side as his father or an advisor. No, his dad would always be in his life. Yes. But business wise and making decisions for his son's next fights, he would have no control of that. It's whoever Dana White deems so. Whatever Zuffa wanted is who you fight. They paid you an outrageous amount of money to be able to do so. They don't pay you so that you can have an input on what they think or who you should fight. We don't pay you to have a brain. Zuffa's motto. We pay you to fight. That's all we're paying you for your services. Are you interested? Yes or no? Sign right here. After you sign, don't worry. We'll get you the fights we want you to fight. That's what we're paying you for. That's Zuffa's motto, Zuffa's way. You understand? This minute Devin Haney puts ink to paper, all that is gone. DHP, all of it. He might get a lot of money. His dad can take a different title. Ringwalk Danny can take a different title and job discrepancies. You know what title what title do you work under? You know, Bill Haney's title is slash promoter, slash managers, you know, dad, etc. Those are the titles of his name and his job what he does. I mean, Devin could probably keep them around. They might just have to do different shit. But Bill Haney will have no say in what his son's future. It would all be up to Dana White at that point. Just like Shakur's future. Shakur's saying to Dana White, basically, I'll take the money because I don't care who you get to fight me. That doesn't sound like a man that's scared. Shakur Stevenson signed on the dotted line with Zuffa, saying, go get whoever you want. I'll fight him. I'm going to say yes to whatever fight you bring me. That's what Shakur's saying. That's not a man that's scared. Because if you're signing your rights away to Zuffa, you're basically agreeing to whatever smoke they bring your way. Go get them. Matter of fact, tell them I'm coming. That's what Shakur's on. The only thing is that Zuffa's not this big fucking like organization that has been proven yet. Shakur Stevenson, Jai Opetaia, which we will be talking about, are fighters that are going to start leading the way. Edgar Berlanga, Richard Hitchens. Just to name a few of Zuffa fighters that will be Edgar Berlanga will be fighting this week, guys. Richard Hitchens, it's their time to shine. Let's see what they do. Now they're going to try to carry the torch of Zuffa. So when you look at it at Shakur's side, and I'm looking at it rationally, no, Shakur didn't duck no smoke. No, he didn't. He said, give me the biggest bag and go get whoever you want. I'll sign up for this. Where's the contract? It fits Shakur. It doesn't fit Devin Haney. Devin Haney, that does not mean that Devin Haney's not saying he doesn't want all the smoke. Because I never said that. He just wants it his way. Devin just wants to be able to be and continue the brand of Devin Haney, what him and his father started, cash in on his value and the fights. He wants to be in control and have a say-so in the room. And Devin wants to look at the book. In order to do that, you're going to have to fork over some money. You're going to have to handle yourself like a small-time promotional company, messing with the big networks. When Devin signed to DAZN has taken the responsibility of managing Devin's career, basically, you know, on where his fights are going to get broadcast on anyway, right? Okay. So DAZN is going to broadcast his fights They do and put up money for fights. Okay, so yeah, I think that I think this deal is just it's just better. It suits Devin a lot better than what people are saying. What people are saying right now, it's all about a different type of dollar amount. Everybody's under the assumption that, of course, the zone offered more money than Zufa because the Zufa lost Devin them, and I don't think it was that way. I don't think the zone had to offer Devin more money. I think they needed to offer Devin freedom, the ability to market on and capitalize on your own market. That, my friend, with a shitload of money attached to it, I'm pretty sure they threw him a lot of money too. I'm pretty sure. So they threw a lot of money and the freedom to capitalize on your market. I'm still free. Devin feels like a free agent. Devin feels like, you know, um, without selling his soul. What's up, Bull Rider? How you doing? Mr. Miyagi, salute. You can see Devin versus Tio brewing. Eventually, eventually that'll be a good fight. You know, if Teofimo Lopez beats Rolly, bro, he gets that belt. You understand? He gets that belt now. Now Liam Paro has the other belt, IBF. You understand? So, you know, Devin can. I would like to see Devin fight Liam Paro. I would like to see Devin fight the winner of Tio and Rolly. You understand? But right now, I think in the you know, of course, Devin's gonna have to answer the mandatory to Keyshawn Davis. So if Devin beats Keyshawn after that fight, I would like to see by that point, that's when Tio would come into the picture if Tio beats Rolly. You understand? But you know, like Frontline said, it's crazy. He wants to see Tio versus Rolly. And let me ask Frontline, who do you got in that fight? Frontline, who do you got in the fight versus Devin? You don't like none of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? He'll tolerate Devin though. Frontline to tolerate Devin and just to see Tio get his fucking face punched in. He's gonna go with Devin. Oh yeah, oh yeah. To my what's Caribbean? Was it? I think it's Caribbean box. What's the dude's channel? But if he takes Devin, that means Teal's gonna win. Ah, we can't have that. We can't have that. Yo, you gotta take Teal, bro. Yeah, you can't take Teal. I could tirar el sal. You know, hey, yo, Frontline no that's allowed. No, no, because it's Frontline doesn't throw salt. Frontline's Puerto Rican, he throws adobo. You know what I'm saying? And he's allowed. Some sazon on it, you know what I mean? Yo, yo, run line. Yo, I got Rolly, he said. No, of course you got Rolly in the Rolly fight versus Tio. Oh, here's one line now. Let's see. Run line. What you got in the fight versus Tio Devin Haney?
Listen,
Who do you got?
whoever Tio fights, I got the person he's
I do.
fighting. Fuck Tio.
Yo, you're
Until
gonna take Devin out of spite.
nah, listen, as much as I hate Devin, if Devin fights Tio, I got Devin.
That's crazy. I started thinking of that and I was started laughing because I was like, who the fuck is he gonna take in the fight? You know, like no.
I
you
got
you
Rolly.
hate
I got Rolly. No, believe it or not, though, like all jokes aside,
yeah.
I got Rolly knocking Tio out.
Knocking Tio out, bro.
I got him knocking him out.
You think you'll be strong enough to walk through and exchange with Tio, stay in the pocket and deliver a big shot like he did like Ryan? He
Well,
stood in the pocket with Ryan, blocked that check hook, and dropped him.
so okay. We all know Ryan hits way harder than Tio. We know that.
Yeah.
We all know that Ryan is quicker than Tio.
Yep.
He's not as flashy as Tio. He doesn't have the footwork Tio has, but he's got the speed to counter the footwork. And he couldn't drop Rolly. You got to admit, Rolly's boxing has gotten better. I'm not saying
It
it's
got,
the best,
yeah.
but it's
Yeah,
gotten
but that
better.
wasn't the best version of Ryan Garcia. That's probably the worst version of Ryan Garcia I've ever seen in a ring when he showed up
Uh,
with Rolly.
it doesn't
I gotta
matter.
admit that.
So
It's
okay,
probably the
so
worst version of Ryan I've ever seen. Like he wasn't engaging. He wasn't even his mind wasn't in the fight. He didn't look right.
let me tell
When
you
his
something.
mindset was totally different in the Mario Barrio fight. Ryan was laser focused in that fight. That's the best prime version of Ryan Garcia I've ever seen when he fought Mario Barrio. And the Rolly fight was, I had to admit, that's the worst version I've ever seen Ryan Garcia in a fight.
Regardless of what
So,
version showed up, BoxRec shows Ryan lost, and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Now,
To say. Okay, I agree. I agree to
do
that.
do I do
He's
I agree
low
Ryan's a
key
better
says, I got
fighter?
Rolly too.
Yeah, Loki,
Go ahead.
Loki know what it is. He says Sufa down bad. Can't wait for Hitchens to get Sufified by Salas on Saturday.
Talk
Listen,
about it. Yo, but
I
that
think
guy is
Salas.
so short to him. He's like this.
Listen, I think Salas
Okay,
is
okay.
gonna. I think Salas is gonna take out the aggression for his boy over there, Oscar Duarte. He's gonna take out what he did to Duarte and left him on the scale after a hard camp and everything. He's going.
Yeah,
This is
but
for my. This is for my boy.
I don't think Salah, if he had an opportunity or whatever, you think he beats Oscar Duarte?
Who?
Salas.
No, 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 no. Because Salas is Mexican.
Right? No, no. What I'm saying is they train in the same place, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well,
Mr. Miyagi asked, didn't Haney have $100 million deal with Suf? Mr. Miyagi, we talked about it's not even we talked about it. It's fucking you're gonna hear a lot of rumors out there. I've read reports that he signed a $200 million deal with DAZN. That's bullshit because it's reported. I think it was not even reported, it was assumed like 150 million. So even let's just say that the $200 million deal, Mr. Miyagi, we talked about it's not even we talked about it. It's fucking
can you
yo,
hear
what are
that?
you doing?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay, go ahead. I was just checking out my
Um
mic. Go.
s- People are gonna
Okay.
speculate. No, nobody knows the actual numbers of whatever. You
Okay.
know what I'm
Hold on.
saying?
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. First of all, I think what Mr. Miyagi is saying that the reports that Devin didn't, he had it in place, so he was going to fight for Zufa and be $100 million guy. Out of left field, Shakur Stevenson ended up signing first. Then Devin was left on the wing, and everybody was speculating, is he going to sign? So that's what we had got to there. Then just of this morning, right? It was announced that remember Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis were in a bidding war, right? They were going to go to the purse bid, and there was going to be film live of all this other shit was being reported. In meantime, in between time, it came out that Devin signed to the zone. So all of a sudden, a lot of people came out and started saying that Devin was ducking Shakur Stevenson because it's obvious because he was being offered 100 million and he didn't sign with Trufa. He went the other way. So that's obvious he's ducking Shakur. Then other people came out and said, well, it's obvious that the zone offered Devin way more money than Trufa. So he obviously got a better deal with the zone. And that's what the two major argument sides were arguing. So Miyagi, I came out and I said this morning, I'm not saying that either side of you guys are wrong, either argument side. What I'm saying is this. Let's think about this rationally, if they would have offered Devin Haney $100 million contract to sign for the Zuffa, that means that as soon as he signs that contract, BHP Promotion, his dad as a manager, Ringwalk Danny, and all his other staff members, they all go bye-bye. Because you sign all your promotional rights over to Zuffa. Your father is no longer your promoter, your manager, nothing. There is no DHP at that moment. It's Dana White. And the minute you sign to him, Dana White picks your fights. You have no say, or Bill Haney has no say in what Devin's future holds. It's whatever Zuffa says. So I said, I don't think it was the dollar amount. In fact, I don't even think that the zone had to match Zuffa. What the zone gave Devin Haney was freedom. Come fight on our network. We'll stream the fights for you. You'll help get him the fights because the zone puts up money. Hey, and you'll still be able to feed BHP. Your father can be in your corner. Everybody can be promoting your brand. You can be selling your t-shirts, going up, doing your interview, getting your side money, your promotional, your sponsorship, all that. You keep everything, Devin. The same way you are now, signed to the zone. And I said, Shakur Stevenson signed to the zone because it fit him. Shakur Stevenson doesn't have Shakur Stevenson promotion. He's not selling merchandise that is flying off the shelf. All the money they gave him, he signed and he said, guess what? I agree to fight whoever you want me to fight. Shakur Stevenson. That's not a man that's scared. That's a man that's taking the money, the most dollar amount for who he is, and telling Dana White, whoever you could sign, whatever you fight, I don't care. I'll fight you. That fits Shakur. What Devin needed was to keep everything he had and still capitalize. The zone fit Devin Haney's boxing career. I don't think it was about money. Not in that sense. Not in the sense that he signed for 100 million or he could have signed for 150 million. Like they wanted to come out with a higher contract. I don't think that was the case. I think both fighters took what suited them. In actuality, Shakur Stevenson is not ducking Devin Haney. No, he's not. He's right there. He signed a huge deal, and he's basically telling Dana White, if you can get Devin Haney to fight me, I'm right here. And Devin Haney's saying, bro, I'm not signing to that Zuffa shit. I'm not signing to that. And DHP, everybody that came up with me, their jobs will end.
Not only that, the
As a
people he's
team,
bringing up on his promotion too.
yeah, as a team, they came up like brothers. You mean to tell me the collectively they're gonna say, "Hey, yo, Devin, take the money, man"? Like, what were we just gonna hang out with you and do nothing? Because Dana White's promoting team, they take his PR team, it's over. Remember that. Whatever interviews they want you on, wherever they want you to show up. Shit, he had him up there on his own UFC card. That's what Dana White does. He had them all up there. Now, look, I don't think this fits Devin Haney. Devin Haney is definitely 100% not avoiding Shakur Stevenson. I don't think this is about avoiding or ducking at all. This move right here for both fighters was purely business. After the business is all said and done, let's see if we can get the fights. That's what this is. This is where we're at. And I really believe that. I'm not seeing this as they're both thinking, well, no, we gotta get fight. We gotta be no. Stevenson got a family to provide for. Devin Haney too, and futures, and people they have jobs. People depend on these people. They gotta do what's best for themselves. I think Devin Haney made the right choice, and I think Shakur made the right choice. I don't think Shakur is running from no one. It just so happens that that side of the street was paying more,
Well, you know that you
and he
know
took it.
you hit the nail on the head. You said you know Shakur took what was best for him, and Devin took what was best for him. It is, dude. That's their personal decisions. Like, who the fuck are we to judge on what they did, who they signed to, and all that shit? All I'm saying is get in the fucking ring and perform. Give us fights that we want to see. What y'all get paid, it's none of our concern. Like, I don't understand why people are so stuck on how much these boxers are making. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't affect us at all. What we want to see is fights. How they happen, I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Hey yo, Mr. Miyagi. It just goes to show you. You notice I didn't get all up on that on here on my show about Devin Haney signing in the Zuffa. All these other guys, like you said, they were all saying he's going to Zuffa, he's signing here, they're putting up thumbnails. And they talk about me and doing my research and putting up fake news. What's that?
Google that, bitches.
What's that? You guys were all wrong. Every one of you, but you think they'll come out and say they were wrong? Of course not. Of course not. You know what they like to do? They try to come on, put their finger down on the little guy. You know what I'm saying? To make us seem like we don't know what we're talking about. Nah. But here at Round One Sports Talk, we hold our own weight. And although we're young and we're coming up, bro, we don't mislead you, do we? You know, and look, I try to tell y'all, like, sometimes people, the way they report, it's either their way or no way. Listen to what they say. They're pushing their viewpoints onto you. They're not accepting what you think, what your opinion is. It's only what they think. And if that's the way you like to get your boxing news, go ahead. Go ahead.
And if you disagree with them, they'll block you from the chat. They'll
They'll
kick you
block
off the
you.
channel, all that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Me here, round one, I want a real boxing community. I'm not claiming to be right. I want to hear what you guys got to say. Always. And it's always love here. We don't hate on any boxers, man. You know our motto. Any man or woman that has the balls to lace up those gloves and hop in that ring, you got all respect here at Round One Sports Talk. You are a true warrior. And we just break down and talk about fights like if we were in a barbershop somewhere, just kicking it. Who you think's gonna win? Who you got in this fight? That's what we're doing. And I try to give you my best insights and what I see and my point of view. You see, I think for myself.
Unless
I
it's
come up with
internet.
my own ideas, my own theories, and look, and I do it. I don't follow copy and paste. I ain't doing that shit. And I see a different angle, I'm gonna report it. And I really look at this right here, and I'm saying to myself, I'm scratching my head. I'm like, none of y'all seen this, or are they playing dumb because they want somebody to push Rufa and somebody to push boxing? So is this a gimmick or are we reporting facts?
Yo, there was somebody in your chat earlier on your earlier live made a good point. I forgot who it was. I'll shout him out if I knew. Shout out to Bobo still in the building. Um, there was a dude in the chat that said the only good thing that came out of Sufa getting into the mix was that it was able to unite all the promoters under one roof.
Ah, who said that?
And you got to go back to your chat for your morning live,
Yep,
or not your mid afternoon live. I think you did that like
right.
noon or something like that. It was in there. And now mind you, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact verbiage, but in layman's terms, that's what he was saying. And I wanted
That's a
to
good
comment.
way to look at it.
He's and the way he said it, it made perfect sense that the best thing that came out of this whole ordeal was that all boxing promoters were able to unite because of Zuffa. If Zuffa didn't come in and start, stirring the pot the way they did,
Right.
then none of this shit, boxing would have still been boxing.
That's why I say P Diddy saved us all.
Well, he ain't saved me. He probably
No,
saved you.
he
He
saved all of
saved,
us.
he saved
Yo, check it
Devin
out.
too.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say that, and you're gonna be like, huh? You don't want to know how? You want to know how?
I don't
Okay,
even want to think about it.
check it
It's
out.
not.
No, no, no. Yeah, check it out. It's crazy. Check this out, right? Check it out when I say it, right? Okay, he might have been one of them fucking pervs or whatever that was all into that stuff, right? But when everything started going left and all these rappers were wearing dresses and handbags and purses and they were really pushing out, it's okay to be on the other side. Like, go ahead and fail as a man if you want to, right? But I say P. Diddy saved us all. Why? Because of the fucking scrutiny that he got, that every time somebody did something on borderline fucking gayish, they would say no Diddy, right? So using his name in reference to saying no to that, bro, it saved a lot of us. It snapped a lot of people up. Like, no, no Diddy. I don't want no baby oil. Like, and the fucking the shit that stuck to his name, yeah, that saved us all, man. Everybody turned back around and was like, oh shit, no, no, no. You know what I'm saying? Before that, it was like handbags and dresses and dudes doing their nails and pink this, pink that. When Diddy went down, that was like one of the greatest things that could have happened. It was like a secret blessing. It was like we were laughing at him, making a mockery of his name, but at the same time, now nobody wanted to be no Diddy. He saved us all. He saved man. I'll be like, hell yeah, no Diddy. Yo,
Yeah.
listen, you know what I mean? Yo,
Hey, shout out to Vic Star. He says, "Yo, the real round one. What's up with the
what
fake
up?
round? With the fake round one with your name? What a fraud.
He's a
That's that.
fraud, bro.
That's the other dude,
That dude
Mr.
for the
Miyagi.
last few years, he won't let it go. He thinks
Mr.
it's cute.
Mr. Miyagi says, I think boxing is starting to expose these so-called big money stars because it's telling that nobody is actually making money on a lot of the main characters in boxing except a very few. Um, you,
Yeah,
you
you
got
want to know something? Hold on, guys. Check this out. All right. A very long time ago, I learned a strong business concept, meaning that if you want something, you ever hear the phrase play the long game? That's what Zuffa's doing with these fighters. What they're doing is enticing the fighters with a dollar amount they normally wouldn't make at the point in the career where they're at. That dollar amount that they give these fighters, they don't give that dollar amount to Conor Ben or to Shakur Stevenson. Their dollar amount is bigger, right? Hey, so when you hear these fighters, oh, I got $200,000, this, that, and everything, why do you think Zuffa's doing that? Because they're helping boxing? No, they're only helping themselves. I pay you that much. I help you become a star. And when you start making fucking upwards money of like selling tickets like Devin Haney at least, or like Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga is fighting under the Zuffa contract. He went from making XY amount of millions, and he's going to be paid a salary. You know that, right? But it fits Edgar Berlanga because he felt coming off of a loss and embarrassing in New York, he wasn't going to get no headliners. So you sign a Zuffa, give them their blood, make a name for yourself, and Edgar's going to beat me. Mark my words. But Edgar just wants to build back himself back up. You see, Zuffa's giving you this money at the beginning because they're just investing in their investment. Soon, you're going to start pulling in gates. You're going to listen. Perfect example. Abdullah Mason fought for $750,000. He made roughly 1 point something million dollars. I think acquired too, of all his endorsements, sponsorships. The Abdullah Mason name cashed in, plus what he got paid at the fight. You understand? He still was able to turn a dollar. Now, the 250,000 that they're paying you at Zufa, or 500,000, you could have quietly made roughly 1.7 million. Zufa keeps the change. Then your next fight, you get a little bigger. They're still paying you the 500,000 when you should be getting 1.7 million for just the fight. Then you should be able to capitalize off your market. Once Zufa gets in position where they start getting their young stars to become stars, you're going to see what I'm talking about. You're going to see that they're going to renegotiate some of their contracts, but Zufa's always going to have one step ahead of the fighter. Meaning, if the fighter's pay goes up, it's because they think they're going to make more money. Zufa's always going to make 3 times the amount than the fighter. You know what I'm saying? And this gimmick that they tell you, you don't pay sanctioning fees for our belt. You're damn right I'm not paying sanctioning fees for a piece of cardboard. Why would I pay sanctioning fees for a belt that doesn't make me world champion? It's not like if you won the Zufa belt, tomorrow you're the world champion. Does the Zufa belt make you a world champion? No. So what's this gimmick that they're saying? You don't pay sanctioning fees for our belt. We should pay sanctioning fees for your belt. Your belt ain't nothing yet. But you're trying to blind fans with this advertisement. Look at us. You don't pay sanctioning fees. But it seems like the boxing world doesn't wake up. You're damn right we're not going to pay sanctioning fees for that belt. So it's not like you're giving us something. You're just making it seem like we should be happy for this, for something you were going to do anyway. Anyone that was going to come over to Zufa, regardless, was never going to pay sanctioning fee for a belt that doesn't mean anything. The fact that you come out and say it to try to use that as a promotional for your brand, like it's a good thing. I said, no, I'm paying sanctioning fees for that belt. What am I paying sanctioning fees for? For it to say Zufa?
Okay.
Because you're not, it doesn't make you a world champion.
It's got no gold on it. No gold.
It's nothing. You can you can do what you want with it. You ain't going nowhere. You might as well pay me sanctioning fees for this belt. It means more.
Hey,
It's,
who's
it's
it
coming from
sponsored by?
round one.
Who's it
You know
sponsored
what I'm
by?
saying? It's sponsored. Oh, look at this. It's God, God damn it. It's sponsored by Campbell Soup and look, no, it's sponsored by Campbell Soup. You fight tomato cans and tuna cans. You know what I'm saying? The super emblem. Now we gotta get it to spin again. We gotta get it back spinning. Yo, that's what that piece of shit is.
Hey, yo, Moon Man
I'm not
says,
paying sanctioning fees for that, but they try to dress it up like,
yo,
oh shit, you ain't paying sanctioning. Man, listen, we
shout
wouldn't
out
pay
to
sanctioning fees for it anyway. Go ahead.
shout out to Moon Man. He says, yo, round one, I have a feeling that he is going to get knocked the fuck out. I think he's referring to Berlanga. I think
To who?
Berlanga.
Referring to Belanga? Oh
I think
shit. Or are
because
you
he
referring to Richard Hitchens against the other guy, or are you referring to Rolly versus Tio? Please clear that up.
and then Mr. Miyagi says, how much does the big room in MSG generate when at capacity for big fights usually?
Mm,
Yo, shout out to We Fight. He's another Sufa ambassador. We Fight. Love him some Dana. Woo, does he
yeah.
love him
What,
some Dana
what,
White?
what, what, they throwing tomatoes at me? Well, if you're throwing them at me, you were throwing them at the Zufa belt. All right. So that's what that means. The Zuffa belt. You throwing tomatoes at the Zuffa belt?
Hey,
I get it, guys.
we fight a little mad right now because Devin didn't sign with Sufa. He went to the zone. So
Listen. Look. Well, then, look. We fight all night. You just gotta change the tattoo you got on your fucking thigh from Dana. I mean, Devin Haney to Zuffa. You're gonna have to cross out Zuffa and put the zone on the bottom. What do you want me to do, bro? You're the one that got that tattoo, bro. Devin Haney's face on the side of your thigh and shit. Not me. You
nah,
know?
I don't think he's a Haney fan. He's a Sufa fan. I think he
Yeah.
got Dana White tatted on him. And then Moon Man just
Oh,
clarified.
he
He's
got
talking
that.
about
Oh, he's a date. Okay, I get it. All right. Yeah, he probably
uh
got Zuffa. He probably got
Moon,
Zuffa on his thigh. You know what
Moon
I'm
Man
saying?
clarified. He's talking about Belanga.
Oh, Belanga? He might. It's
So
scary for Belanga. He looking skinny, he looking
listen,
thin, he looking shape, bro. He looks
nah,
good though.
he looking solid. But check it.
He look good.
This is what a lot of people fail to realize. This fight, whatever his name, I know it's Butler. I don't know if it's Steve Butler or whatever. Anyways, dude's got 5 losses. All 5 losses, he's been knocked the fuck out on all 5.
He's going night night.
It's yeah, Berlanga's gonna catch him and drop him like
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. Hey
Now,
yo, we
on the
fight all
flip
night. You
side,
want the belt, don't you? You know you want this belt. You know you want to fight Frontline in Walmart's parking lot for the first for inaugural belt. You know what I'm saying? Hey yo, we fight all night. It's in the fucking contract. Contract. You know what I'm saying?
what are you, my
All right,
manager now?
because we'll take a bunch of fucking shopping carts and we'll put it around in a circle, and you guys can get socks and fill them up with toilet paper
With the
and wear
tomato?
them for the belt.
Yeah, you ain't shit.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it.
But yo, nigga
Butler has a
boxing.
good what
Hold on.
resume. What he
Uh,
has?
that's the
He
Philip
has a
McCann
few
says low
names.
key. We face that. I like good boxing. Nicker Boxing says, love your channel, bro. Much better than being disrespected and cursed on a panel.
Yeah,
We fight says,
absolutely.
not tune ups or talking about fantasy fights for years. Uh, Butler has a good resume. He has a few names, says Moon Man. We fight says, it's safe over here for him. He get called out on his BS anywhere else. Um, you're not tired of getting packed up yet? Says we fight. Nobody packed
Who,
nobody up.
who's he packing up?
I don't
What
know
he
who.
says?
I don't know.
Knicker boxing is safe over here for him. He gets called out on his. Listen, first of all, we fight all night, right? Like I said, some things in life are dressed up. You just got to be intelligent enough to really read past what they're doing. You ever notice they never call me out on actual boxing? It's always some UFC fucking model or some law, whether that I believe that they charges were filed on Subir Matias after the death of Mehmet Jelichek, the accident. Always notice that it's always something to try to put me down, but it's never boxing actually. But a casual fan, a guy that likes to you know those little old ladies in the projects, we call them bontincheras, like those people like that only like to hear the glazing and the downplaying, the ha ha ha, the made up part of it. What they don't like to do is the facts. The reality is round one hasn't been called out on boxing. When what's her name? Star used to do boxing trivia. Who used to win all the time? All the boxing trivia she did, I won every day. What happened when round one told them about the boxing belts? What happened when round one discussed real boxing shit? But what they like to glaze over is I'm safe here for what? For headlines, controversy, shit talking? Now this is a boxing channel. This is where you come to talk actual boxing. Notice they don't call me out on that. And as long as I'm cool with that, you could have your laughs, whatever. I don't want Google. I'm not Googling boxing, am I? No, it's never that. Stop it.
Yeah, I don't, I
Stop
don't,
it.
I don't even entertain that bullshit. But that's
Stop
that's
it.
that's all for
They
you.
they 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 try. They be reaching. They try to like discredit me. I've always told you, if somebody can't beat you in your craft, destroy their character. Attack their character. Because you can't beat them in what we're really talking about. So when you can't beat fighters in the ring, what do the other fighters do? Attack their character outside the ring. You can't beat Javante Davis in the ring. So you talk about him outside the ring. You can't beat a lot of these fighters in the ring, like Floyd. You destroy them outside. You put them in jail because you're not going to beat them in the ring. And when you can't beat somebody at what they're good at, what do? You attack them a different way. Try to destroy their credibility. Call them stupid. Call them garbage. Or say bad podcasting over dumb comments. Bad podcasting over a fucking phrase, a saying, or some dollar amount? Don't your show says boxing? You just gotta be able to read the bullshit. It's all bullshit, bro. Stop it. Read the chat, my brother.
Uh, they're just talking shit about. We Fight says Sufa era, Boots era. Got the whole boxing community mad. We outside. Hashtag
Hold on. Wait,
Sufa.
what era is he talking about? Because the Boots era, we all good with the Boots era. We're on board with the Boots era. Um, so what is he talking about? Who's we or whatever? Because we might not be on board with the Zuffa one, the claim he said with the Zuffa, but with the Boots era, it's Boots era for sure now. We about to take over. We about to fuck up Gus Kelly. Um, like I said, I think the toughest fight for Boots, and I'm still standing on, is Sebastian Fundora. But I got Boots in the fight. I got Boots in all the fights. I got Boots against Virgil. I don't think none of those guys beat him. I don't think they're gonna beat him. The only way I see Boots might get, tested if he moves up again. That that won't be for quite some time. He's got a lot of work right there, right in front of him at 154. So I'm with Boots all day in 154. I was 100% with you, transparent. Don't follow me in this fight. I'm taking Xander because of this fight, not because I got anything personal against Boots. Boots is my guy. But when he fought Xander, I went with Xander. I was forced to. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that was. So ain't nobody fucking mad about the Boots era because that shit is here.
I already
Now
told you. You
Boots,
could blame me for that one.
Boots. Yeah, well, yeah. That's you go ahead. It don't matter. But I'm with you on this. You with me. You my co-host, and I'll rock with you. You know what I'm saying? I'll go down with the shit with you. I don't give a fuck, right? But I'm making it publicly known. You know what I'm saying? Like nah. I don't think none of them dudes is fucking with Boots. He's not a phenom yet. He soon will be. He's got a couple fights. He's got two fights. He wins two fights. He's got that phenom title. He'll get it stamped from me. Now I'll feel like he earned it. You beat Virgil Ortiz and Sebastian Fundora. You got it. In my eyes, you haven't quite got there. Like I'm not as starstruck as a lot of other people or fucking Glazers, right? I'm just a realistic person. I think Boots is a very special fighter. Everybody has their little mistakes and shit. But in that weight division right now, he's the best there, bro. Hands down. And he's respectfully so, he should be considered the best fighter at 154. He has 2 belts. He has more than the other guys. So, respectfully so, but as a warrior, the real best 154 pounder is Sebastian Fundora. In technical terms, he is. Why? He's got more title defenses. Jerome Butzenis has no title defenses on those belts. And remember, Sebastian Fundora was unified at that weight division. He vacated a belt. He never lost the belt. So as far as status, Sebastian Fundora is the best 154 pounder. I test and what Jerron Butzenis has, 2 belts, I can see where people would say he's the best. But warriors are warriors, and you are measured by your wins and losses. That's the measuring stick of fighting. If you have more title defenses, you're a better champion. Haran, you have not solidified the championship. Um, you haven't solidified the ritual like as a champion. It's one thing to win the belt, but you got to defend them. Once you defend them, you're a whole champion. You understand? So as far as that goes, warrior status, Sebastian Fundora, bro, he's the best 154. But
Hey,
Sebastian Fundora, yeah, go ahead.
we fight. What he meant by forced, the reason he says he was forced to go against Boots in the Zayas fight is because he wanted legacy. Boots was
Yeah,
a bump in the road for Xander to become the first Puerto Rican
first
to
Puerto
have
Rican to
three
get three
titles.
belts, 3 titles.
That's the
Never
reason
in
why he says
boxing.
he was forced, because he wanted to see
Right.
a
I'm not
Puerto
sure if you've
Rican.
ever heard me about how I stood, but I got many videos, countless videos. Maybe you didn't watch all my videos or whatever. You might have missed that part. But there hasn't been a Puerto Rican boxer in history, in boxing history. We have a champion in all 17 weight divisions. We're one of the few countries that has done that. What we never had were 3 belts. Never mind 4. We've never. Felix Trinidad never had 3 belts. Miguel Cotto never had 3 belts. Hector Camacho never had 3 belts. Wilfred Benitez, Gomez, they never had 3 belts. So I was forced because I want to see that before I die. I want to see one Puerto Rican fighter be able to at least do that, win 3 belts. So when Xander came up, I was like, what the fuck, Jerron Butzenis, bro? He's going to stop us, man. And he was going to take it all away. You know what I'm saying? So it happened, but we still got Collazo and Chulo Santiago, right? Let's see if they can do it down there. We still got a shot at it.
Which by the way, Chulo Santiago's fight has been postponed due to an injury.
Fucking crazy. But
Yeah, low key, but we're
those
talking
guys,
about the men's side. We're not talking about the women's side.
we're not talking, we don't add the women here. It's about men. We know what Serrano did. Thank you, Amanda Serrano. But we're talking about the men. And you know the men are going to say, oh, your women had to do it? You couldn't get a guy to do it? So that's what you want them to say to us. Well, that's not what I want to fucking hear. I needed Xander to do that. And I was supporting that all the way. There was no turning back. That's why I was forced to go with Xander. That is something on my bucket list in life. I need to see a Puerto Rican dude do that shit, bro. And anybody that gets close, it's like that batting record, that home run derby, or the touchdown things that you want to see your guy do. Well, that's where the fuck I was. You gonna hate me for that? You gonna be like, yo, round one, fuck you because you went against Boots? Well, that's something personal. I need to see that shit, bro. I need to know we're fucking good. And one of our Puerto Rican fighters need to do this shit. Yo, Keith Colon, if you hear me, keep training, kid. To all the Puerto Rican fighters out there, keep fucking training, man. You guys can do this shit. I need to see that shit, bro. I'm passionate about competition, bro, and I understand what they gonna say.
Hey, I think, and don't quote me on it. David Delgado. He's in. He said, besides Amanda, I thought Danny Garcia held three belts at 140.
No, no,
But
he
David
didn't.
Delgado, and don't quote me on it, David. If it wasn't you, my bad. But I think on earlier live, I think he's the one that said that thank Sufa for all the promotional companies, getting together and
Mm,
fixing the bullshit. I think it was him. I don't remember.
that was a good point. But nah, Danny Garcia never had three belts, dog. Um, you know, let me. You know what? I can even look Danny Garcia's record up, and I could put it up for you guys right here. As I do that, if there's any chats,
We Fight says, as good as y'all said Xander was, y'all should be giving Boots the most praise in the world. No.
no, 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 no. We fight all night. Don't be uh, don't be a super glazer. Okay, we fight all night. Wait, frontline. Wait 1 minute. How is this possible if going into the fight, everybody felt that Xander bit off more than he can chew? All the top guys from Roy Jones Jr. to fucking everybody said that Xander was just too young. He was good. He's great. We give him courage for taking this fight, but he's outgunned. Everybody said it. So for us to try to chalk up the Puerto Rican dude, it's called support. What do you expect us to say? What do you want us, the supporters, to say? Oh, Jerome Boots Ennis is way better than Xander? What do you think we're going to say? We have to say something. We knew we was in over our head. Why do you think the odds makers had Jerome Boots Ennis the favorite in the fight? And he was coming in as the contender. Why do you think Ed Hearn said, I was surprised he took the fight? So don't try to fucking make Boots Ennis bigger than he doesn't need your help. Deron Boots Ennis is fine just off the ass whooping he gave to Xander. You don't need any extra glazing or what we said this or what we said that. That don't mean nothing. Deron Boots Ennis is champion now. Let's see what he does. Xander's probably going up to 160. Let's see what he does. Boxing continues. But listen, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. You go on every show and you say a bit too much, and Jerome Putenis gets knocked out his next fight. Don't be him. Because people are going to be like, I learned in this business, it's good to take your jabs, get in and get out while the getting's good. No, don't glaze too much. Because I'm going to tell you right now, that Sebastian Fundora kid, that dude's a problem. That's a real problem. Jerome Putenis, look, yeah, I might have Jerome Butenis in the fight against Sebastian Fundora because if anybody can beat Sebastian Fundora, I think it's Jerome Butenis that can beat him. But I don't count out Sebastian Fundora. And in a weird way, I think he can beat Jerome Butenis. I really do. I think if Jerome Butenis is not careful, accumulation of damage round by round, if Jerome Butenis doesn't get through Sebastian Fundora and hurt him early in the fight, possibly stop him, the longer the fight goes, Sebastian Fundora is battle tested. He fought with a broken nose with Tim Tszyu, blood in his eye from the cut from Tim Tszyu. It was a real bloody fight. Sebastian Fundora was throwing punches all the way into the last round. Sebastian Fundora did that shit to Lubin. He was down in the fight. Lubin dropped Sebastian in the fight. He's battle tested. You're not going to hurt Sebastian. He's going to check out in the fight and concede. That's when we say a guy's battle tested. Sebastian Fundora's battle tested. He's been knocked out before. He knows. Like, yo, remember when one time Keith Thurman said that at the press conference? Yo, Sebastian, I'm gonna take you to a dark place. When I hit you, you're gonna get flashbacks from the knockout. And one time Keith Thurman talking shit. And while Sebastian Fundora was whooping his ass, he must have been thinking, I wonder if I'm thinking about the flashback now. What about that flashback? And he beat the brakes off one time Keith Thurman. So, look, I think Sebastian Fundora is a real problem. He's a real problem. If Jerome Bucenis is not careful with that guy, you do a little bit too much dancing on that 80-inch arm reach, he's going to hit you in places where you thought you were safe. A lot of fighters talked about that with Sebastian Fundora. Him being on the outside, because when a lot of fighters, when we train, we know distant management. I know if I shift like this, you can't hit me. With Sebastian Fundora, everybody that said I shift when I thought I was safe, oh, I'm supposed to be safe here.
Hey Edwin, drop the link. Dave wants to get up and talk and express his opinion on the he says it's a great conversation.
Oh
We
yeah,
Fight
yeah,
says
yeah,
being battle
absolutely. Let me
tested
drop
ain't
that link right
always
now.
good means you have lots of wear and tear. Well, we fight with based on your statement right now, you're contradicting what Sufa's about. Sufa's constantly saying the best fighting the best. Constantly. How long do you think a boxer's
Constantly. They're
career is
gonna
gonna
wear
be?
those guys down. They're gonna use them like mules. Right? You got out of a tough fight. Guess what? Another tough fight. After you got out of a tough fight, guess what? Third tough fight. They're gonna fucking run those guys down like UFC fighters. Their careers are gonna be 4 to 5 years long. That's
Yo,
it.
we fight on that statement you made right here. Who has to be more careful? The guy who already's been KO'd or the guy that KOs everyone? The guy who KOs everyone has to be more careful because he's never tasted the canvas.
He's never tasted the
The guy
canvas.
who's
He's
been
confidence. Yeah.
KO'd, he's
Thank you,
tasted the canvas.
frontline.
He knows what it is.
Thank you, frontline. That's right.
Um, being battle tested. Okay, I read that. Yo, Edwin, did you get time to have a look at the 115-pound UK prospect Jack Turner and cruiserweight Pat Brown? Turner,
Yo, you're the
huge at 150.
second person that's told me about this Jack Turner dude to look him up again. All right, I gotta go check him out again, get reminded about him. I know about him. There's a lot of young guys coming up, some good guys, huh? I think
Yeah,
boxing's in really good hands, guys. I really do. I really do. I don't know about this um question about Abdullah Mason fighting Tank Davis. I'm not sure about that one. It's kind of like uncle fighting fucking nephew. You know what I mean? In
yeah.
the backyard type shit. Like, you wouldn't fight any of the top guys, but you'll fight this young champion. Like, you didn't fight Devin Haney, you didn't fight Tio. You know what I'm saying? You didn't fight Loma. Guys that can fight you, Tank. Abdullah Mason is a champion, but come on, man, he's a young champion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, putting him up against Tank, I just don't think. And for me, it would be distasteful. I think that Tank had plenty of smoke. We've always wanted to see. Leave the young boys alone, man. Let them young boys do them thing. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yo,
really didn't
we
like that, but
we fight says Fundura fight will be easier than Xander fight. Mark my words. Fundura isn't
you're
mobile enough,
crazy.
and Boots will be throwing 3 to 4 punches for every one Fundura punch. The
Yeah,
levels are
he's
far
wrong.
apart.
He's wrong. Great week of boxing. Very,
Very underrated. Yeah, it is an
yeah,
underrated boxing.
very
Yo, Dave, the
underrated
link's
week.
in the chat, Bobby. If you want to get up here,
Well,
click on
well,
that
well,
link.
very underrated week. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be a big closeout week. Yeah, it is underrated. Right. And what do we got? Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. We got
We got a
Errol Spence
shitload of
Jr. versus
fights.
We got Edgar Berlanga card.
You got
That's
Boo
what's
Boo.
gonna.
You got Boo Boo Andre fighting tomorrow.
Yeah, yep, yep.
There's a
Very
lot of fights.
underrated. You're right. I think AJ packs this guy up. I think Tyson Fury packs his guy up. I think Boo Boo Andre is in a little fight. I think uh I think Errol Spence Jr. is in for the fight of his life. Um and I say that respectfully, like everything's riding on this fight for him. If he loses this fight against Tim Zubro, he's gonna take a big hit. A big hit. But if he wins, he's fighting for his life right now. He did this
You
fight
know,
means
we was
everything.
we was talking about it on yesterday. I was talking with Caribe and Brocas and Joselito. We were talking about who we want to win in this Zoo versus Spence fight versus who would be better to win in this Tim versus Zoo fight. I mean, Spence versus Zoo. Reason why they say that, and it makes sense. If Spence wins, good. But how many more fights does he have left in him to continue? Versus Tim Zoo still young and he can keep what you call it going. You know what I'm saying? What we fight said, arms are way too long to be throwing and missing at such a dangerous and fast counter puncher. Boots don't need to land one shot. He can also stop with volume, but Fundura doesn't have the build to beat Boots. Very bad
That's
style
why
matchup
I
for
know.
Fundura.
That's
Boots
why I
not
know.
old like Keith. Listen,
Listen,
I'm gonna be
hold on.
on. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
I give Boots a lot of credit. I think I think Boots will beat Fundura, but it's not as easy as we fights making it seem. I
we
think
fight all night is crazy. Yo, okay, check it out, right? I obviously know he has no idea who Sebastian Fundora is. Now I know this for a fact, right? His statement right there, um, lifted up his skirt. I saw his sunshine. I'm trying to tell you.
you saw the
Look it.
tattoo.
I saw the tattoo. Let me tell you something right now. He obviously has never seen Sebastian Fundora fight or even studied him or anything. Because anybody would tell you Sebastian Fundora started his career fighting on the inside. Never utilized any of his reach ever. He was highly criticized for being a rock'em sock'em guy on the inside. If anything, Sebastian Fundora is one of the best inside tall fighters I've ever seen for 6'6" in my life. Sebastian Fundora's inside game is better than his outside game. So obviously, this guy has knows. Now I see he obviously has no idea. If Boots Ennis goes on the inside with Sebastian Fundora is gonna stop Boot Ennis within 7 rounds. That would be the biggest mistake Duran Boots Ennis would ever make. He can't counterpunch against Sebastian Fundora. He thinks, like everybody else thought, that Sebastian is Lexi Daisy on the inside. He got his arms are so long, they don't punch in. His uppercut comes from like right here. It's almost the same height as your chin. He snaps you from right here, like that. It's frightening. He'll beat the shit out of fucking Butch Ennis. Be the most stupidest thing Butch Ennis would ever do. You cannot fight Sebastian Fundora on the inside and have a lot of success and sustain it. Just ask Lubin. Just like a lot of strong fighters that were big guys. Big because he's been fighting at 154.
All right, so he clarified. Hold on, he clarified. He says first he said, "This is how I know you can't read." Where did I say anything about reach? Arms long, meaning his combos inside or outside won't be as fast as Boots.
That's reach, arm long.
That's reach.
Right, what are you talking about? Why can't I read that and understand that? If you're talking about his inside game and his arms being long, like in
Hey,
your statement right
Edwin,
here,
your mic is cutting off. It's
if
kind of bad.
is it
Yeah.
if you're talking about hold on. Why? Okay, wait. Okay, let's see if we turn that down like that. Let me see if that works. Thanks for telling me. If we're saying about his, look at what you say. His arms are very long,
No,
and,
are
and,
way too
and
long to be throwing and missing at such a dangerous and fast counterpuncher. Boots
right,
don't need to land
and
one shot.
that's the lie. That's the lie. Look at before Jerron Boots Ennis gets to counter him. Problem is, arms are so long that Jerron Boots Ennis' pin is going to be right here. He's gonna be. Then look at Sebastian Fondora's fights, bro. It doesn't take much from here to here. Snap like that. He'll hit Jerron Boots Ennis on the head. Snap like that. Oh, it gets crazy for Sebastian Fondora. He starts punching and putting his guy. He looks almost like David the Monster Benavidez. He starts pop, like that. Bro, Ron Buchanan is surviving there. He'll go in there, he'll slip one punch, he's gonna punch Sebastian Fondora. He's gonna connect on Sebastian. Sharon Buchanan is gonna slip, boom, and then when he goes to it again, boom, his jaw's gonna go up. Then he's gonna feel that. He's gonna try to react. He's gonna throw another punch. Sebastian Fundora is gonna slip. Boom, boom, boom. Ron Buchanan is gonna realize he can't be in there. He can't be in there. He's gonna have to do a kind of like Mike Tyson-esque boot style. Get in, get out. Get in, deliver. Slide out, move, reset. Slip, slide out, slip, back out, reset. Like that. He can't, there's no world he's not going to do good. You can't fight Sebastian like that. He's not. And look, at Mendoza knocked out Sebastian. You got to understand this. When Sebastian Fundora was in a weird place in his boxing career, he was being taught how to utilize his length when he fought Brian Mendoza. In that year, they wanted him to stop being an inside fighter, a rock'em sock'em fighter, Sebastian Fundora. He was coming out of fights with bloody noses, being knocked down because he stood on the and he got a beard. So dudes was cracking him. They were like, boom, and Sebastian would just stand there like that, boom,
Hey,
boom.
Edwin, your mic
He
is still
just
chopping up.
punches. So and then
You heard
they
me?
tried it. What?
Your mic is still chopping up.
It's still chopping up. Is it really? Fucking shit, bro. Hold on. Let me. Thank you for letting me know that because we're working on this. But Sebastian Fondora, he was he was covering up and he would stand there like right there in the pocket and shit, and he would take a lot of the punches. So what they were trying to do was they were trying to make him not fight on the inside, fight long. So him learning how to fight long, he got caught in the Brian Mendoza. He was in the wrong position. He didn't know how to shift, and he went like Brian caught him, right? But since then, look, you saw what Tim Zhu did to Brian Mendoza. You saw what Tim Zhu did to him, right? And you saw one time Keith Thurman,
Hey,
um,
Edwin, do you have a sensitivity button on your mic?
maybe why?
Because when you talk regular, it's
Yeah,
perfectly clear. But the minute you get hype and you talk a little bit louder and you get into your groove, it starts chopping up.
it starts chopping up, huh? Why? Okay, let me see this. I'm gonna turn this up loud. Does this cut out the mic?
No,
What if I talk loud like that? Did it cut out?
no. It sounds a little better. It's just when you get real close to the mic is when you start hearing the cracking and all that shit.
That's when you hear the cracking and everything. All right, let me see. Let me turn this up too. See if this has anything to do with it.
Hey,
I don't
real
know.
quick, I know you on a roll with this whole Fundura thing, but
Yep.
what do you think about I know it's gonna go nowhere. I just want to get your thoughts on it. What do you think about this Jai Opetaia suing the IBF?
Oh man, that shit ain't going nowhere, bro. Real talk, real talk. That shit ain't going nowhere. Jai Opetaia is suing the IBF. He thinks, I guess, that he has a claim because I'm not sure what him and his lawyers are thinking, but I can break down a couple scenarios. I think he thinks because he paid the sanctioning fees for the IBF on that night when he went in the ring representing the Zuffa right organization, and he paid the sanctioning fees, but the IBF did not participate in the fight. Now I'm going to walk you through what happened that night and what I think is going on, and I believe I'm right. Dana White signed Jai Opetaia. He was the IBF champion. And Dana White needed Jai Opetaia to fight in Zuffa with the IBF belt for the Zuffa organization while he fights on that night for the Zuffa belt. When Zuffa went back and talked to the IBF, they paid for the sanctioning fees. They asked him, "We'll allow you to compete as long as you don't fight for that Zuffa belt." Jai Opetaia, Dana White and them, they said, "Yes, don't worry." A week leading into the fight, they said, "No, the Zuffa belt's going to be on the line. We already paid the sanctioning fees." So they thought they had the IBF in a corner. See, but the IBF is smart. They have clause and rules written down because this kind of thing has happened before. See, he paid the sanctioning fees, and what the organization is going to say, yeah, you're the IBF champion. In order to get permission from us to fight for their belt, and we're not going to be a part of it, you got to pay sanctioning fees or we'll strip you. You're wasting the IBF's time. Why would the IBF champion, IBF as an organization, allow their champion to go fight in another champion league and then let their belt be represented in that league? They told them, we cannot allow the IBF to be in the same ring with Zuffa. Dana White is putting out, he doesn't want any of the belts. He doesn't want them in their ring. This and that's what he's saying. But that's not what he wants. What he needed was the IBF to be in the ring on that night. So what happened? When the IBF pulled out, they were no longer involved. What Dana White told Jai Opetaia, if he won the fight, after the fight, bring your old IBF belt with you, the one you have. He brought it with him. When he won the fight, what did he do? He put on the Zuffa belt and he put on the IBF belt. And the IBF was not in attendance. See, you need that IBF belt to give life to the Zuffa belt. What do you see? I'm a world champion with two belts. So the Zuffa belt must be a world championship because it's up there with the real championship belt. None of these organizations would ever let the France championship of the world get in the ring with their belt. The Russian, the Chinese, the Japanese fucking belt. You can't get those belts in the ring with us because these are these organizations. That's why those UK belts stay over there. They can't get in the ring because you got to keep your brand prestigious. You can't allow any Tom, Dick, and Harry belt to get in the ring with you. They didn't build this. You did. If you want your belt to be a champion considered, go build your own brand over there. You can't allow the UFC or the fucking
Right.
Zuffa belt to be in with you. So
Yep.
when he put the belt up like this on his shoulders, that's when the IBF stripped him. They
Yeah.
said,
Hey,
if
Rick,
you,
shout
yep,
out
go
to
ahead.
Richard. RL67, shout out to him. He says,
How you gonna sue the IBF when you're willingly signed to SUFA? Then he said
Right.
exactly. And then Richard said, lo que pasa Edwin, el boxeo de hoy es un circo. Y son unos payasos. What he's saying is, Edwin,
It's just a
today's
circus.
boxing is a circus and you're a
And
bunch of
these dudes are
clowns.
just clowns. Yo, listen, let me tell you something, right? So what happened was now Jai Opetaia thinks he's gonna sue the IBF. He's just wasting money. You're not gonna get that belt back. You broke the law. If the IBF pulled out of the fight, they were not in attendance, and they alerted you when you got in the ring and the contest started that that belt was not on the line, you didn't have the right to showcase their product. See, that's the boxer thinking he's bigger than boxing. That is not your belt. You do not own that belt. The organization owns the belt, and there'll be a champion after you and one after that. Here you go thinking you can do whatever you want with the IBF. That is not your business. That is a business that was created by the people that funded the IBF. That's their business. Jai Opetaia thinks he can do whatever he wants because he won the belt. Now it's his. Brother, that belt never belonged to you. You're on borrowed time. And once your career is over, the next champion will come in and take your place. And that belt will stay right there. Jai Opetaia thought he can do whatever he wants because he was the champion. Well, guess what, buddy? You're at work. This is your job. And if you break the rules, you will be fired. I don't know where he thinks. Oh, I paid the sanctioning fee. Yeah, you paid the sanctioning fee to fight from a fight that the IBF could have had and cashed in on and got sanctioning fees for. But if you want to go fight for that fight, go ahead, but pay me my sanctioning fees. He's not going to
Hey,
win.
did you catch Oscar De La Hoya's clapback Thursday?
Mm-mm.
He
I
said
haven't seen it.
he said it in his clapback. He said that
What do you say?
that Jai Opetaia was on the verge of getting stripped anyways because the rules state that you got to fight a contender in the top five within 2 years of holding the belt.
For the IBF organization, right?
Correct. So
See,
regardless, he didn't fight
but wait a minute.
nobody in
Is
the top
Oscar
five.
saying is he going to win or is he on the side he's not going to win?
No, he's well, Oscar's funny as fuck. What Oscar
Why?
said was that Dana White is making Jay Opetaia spend
Mm-hmm.
his hard earned money to fight their battle. He's fighting Sufa's battle while Sufa's not
No, no, no,
contributing.
no, 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 no. Dana White let Jai Opetaia astray and he used him. And Jai Opetaia lost his belt. Now Dana White is saying, if you want to sue him, go ahead and sue him out of your own money. That's Dana White. He sacrificed your belt to try to get his Zuffa brand off and running and accepted around the world as a real world title. He needed it in he needed him. He used Jai Opetaia. Now Jai Opetaia woke up not a champion. That Zuffa belt doesn't give him championship credibility now, does it?
Well, he did
Does
wake up at.
anybody in the world think he's a champion with that Zuffa belt?
Oh
No.
no.
Now Jai Opetaia sees he sold himself out for the money. And now Dana's White, well, it's like, you know what? You want to do them? Go ahead. You can do it. And now Dana White, after he's done using you, he's not putting up the money. He's not helping you. But that's what's going to help boxing. That's what's cleaning up the sport. That's what we need. For fighters to be used once again for someone else's agenda. That's what we need in boxing. Another shark. And that's our savior? Yeah. Read the chat.
Jason, saludos, papi. RL says, what business says, yeah, go ahead, use my stuff and don't pay me?
Right.
No business. It now
No
now
business.
in a regular business, obviously they're in it for the profit, but technically, I think the IBF is the only one that doesn't say that Is the IBF a non-profit or is it profit?
They're all the profit. They're all the same. All four of them. The reason why
Okay.
the IBO won't sign with the rest of them, I think, is because they're a nonprofit and they
No, back. You
or
got it
they're a
backwards. They're,
or
they're,
they
they're
might be
for
a
they're
profit
for
and these are a
profit.
nonprofit.
Okay, I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah. It might be that way.
Bull Rider wants to know what's next for Xander.
Hmm.
The rumors is he's going up to 60. Um, Denzel Bentley just got elevated to the to champion. I don't know if they're gonna line him up with him because then you got Joanly Hernandez, who's ranked number one as mandatory for Bentley as well. So I don't know how it's gonna play out, but he has a voluntary as long as they're in the top 15. We got to see how the organizations rank Xander at 160 to see what the next move is. But Xander's back in the gym and he's getting back to work and excuse me, he's ready for the
Yep.
next person in line.
Yeah, I have already seen footage of Xander back in the gym. I like that. I like that. Not discouraged. Not he wanted to test himself. He wanted to see how he fared against the top fighters. Xander is, he was used to winning and dominating, and he's been in a couple tough fights, and he felt that he passed that test. And if they were saying that Jerron Bucenis was the best 154 pounder, check it out, guys. Let's be honest. Let's talk boxing right now. Had Xander not fought Jerron Bucenis, let's say he fights Josh Kelly. Say he fights Sebastian Fundora. Let's say he beats either one of those guys and he would have got the three belts. He would have made me very happy. But would he have woken up the next day the best 154 pounders at that point? The world would have still saw Jerron Bucenis as the consensus best 154, and the notion would have been Xander was ducking him, avoiding him. Everyone, in fact, is avoiding him because he's the phenom. Even if Xander would have won three belts, he wouldn't have got the respect. The only way he was going to get the respect, beat the man that they say that's the man. He took a big risk, a big shot, man. He came up short, but he wasn't scared to lose. And that's more than I can say than half these jokers in boxing. Your Tank Davises, your Devin Haney's, your Shakur Stevensons, all of them afraid to lose. None of them daring to be great.
Hey, you notice he didn't
Fighting
go to court
little
to get his dough
guys.
back, right?
Suing to get the O back, but fighting little guys. They're not fighting the biggest threat. They're not going into a fight, the underdog, because they think the other guy is just way so much better by them challenging themselves. No, they're all taking fights their favorite to win. They're always the A side. But my guy said, I'm outside. My guy said, you think you're the best? Let's go outside and fight. He fought and he lost. He found out though, and he wasn't scared. And he wasn't so much that he wasn't scared. He put up two belts to prove it. To prove it.
Hey, we're
So
getting
my guy
static from
wasn't
your mic, I
scared,
think.
bro. Huh?
I'm getting static from your mic.
Yeah, I'm pushing back. I'm pushing back because the mic might be. Let me turn it down a little right there, right there, right there. So that's what I mean, guys. That at least I gotta give Xander credit, daring to be great. Xander really showed the world that it's not about fucking it's not about being scared to lose. You feel
Hey,
me?
I just want the truth. Xander eventually will, if he goes to 60, yeah, he's gonna have to see Yo-Yo Hernandez.
He
But
will
I don't know.
eventually.
You just came in, but Denzel Bentley just got elevated, and WBO, And
Bentley is dangerous though.
yeah, and then the number one mandatory for Bentley is Yo-Yo Hernandez. That being said,
And what do you guys think about the drug chief in the division?
Jenny Beck is going up to 68 if I'm not mistaken.
You think so?
I think so.
Because Jenny Beck is a
Um,
fucking
I,
hell of a fighter.
no, he is. He's a dangerous fighter. Um,
He's a if you guys think Bentley's dangerous,
Listen, and not for nothing, Erizlali Landa, as old as his ass is, 47 years old, he's still fucking dangerous, bro.
hmm see that's a
Lara,
fight.
Lara is
That's
fucking
a fight
dangerous. A
right
lot of people,
there. That's a fight right there. I would not want Xander to go on the inside with Lara. Lara's a bit more craftier. He's a veteran. He'll stand there and he'll wait. He'll counter off of your shot. He's a sneaky little guy, but that's where he'll be the best at. I think Xander can stay long against him, like he fought like Chino Perez type fight type thing, where
listen,
Xander stood long.
Lara's old. Lara can crack. Lara's
Yeah, he
not
can
as
crack, but
he's not a
he's
crafty
not
boxer
moving
like
like
he
he used
used.
to. You're gonna have to
Exactly.
make him move. You got what I would like Xander to do is to make it. I don't want him to stand there with Lara. I don't, because he's a very what he lost in a step in boxing, he gained in experience. Lara,
Yo, shout out to
he's a
all facts
very
in the building.
he's a very dangerous fighter. Don't for Xander to fight him. I think Xander can beat him. Yes, I think Xander can beat Laura in a 12-round decision. I'm not sure if he stops Laura. I think Laura's durable. He's been battle tested. He knows how to weather a storm. He knows how to survive. I see the right fight going 12 rounds, but I think I see Xander beating him 7-5 type shit. You know what I mean? In a close one. So yeah, I still think Xander will beat him, but
Yeah, all facts.
uh
That's what we're talking about. I think that the organizations right now are gonna try to line them up into the top 15, so Bentley could do his voluntary instead of taking on Yo-Yo Hernandez. The problem is that if that fight happens and let's say Xander does win, then Yo-Yo unfortunately is going to be put on the back burner for a little bit, at least a year, because Xander's going to take a voluntary fight as well.
right.
So it sucks because the way these fucking organizations and sanctioning bodies they conduct, it's what gets people mad about the industry.
Yeah.
Um,
And another thing, all facts, no opinions. Check it out, right? I won't be surprised if Xander fights his first title fight at 160 in his first fight. And as a matter of fact, I will welcome it. You will get no pushback from me. Why? You won't get no pushback from me? Why is Saul Canelo Alvarez getting a title fight after a loss? Why is Teofimo Lopez getting a title fight after a loss? Why did Ryan Garcia get a title fight after a loss? Miss me with the bullshit or the sympathy with some of these people, not you all facts. I'm not talking about you, but some of these other people who are going to say, oh, they're showing favoritism to Xander, give him a title fight at 160 coming off of a loss. We're in a new era of
Yo, I don't know
boxing.
if it's me or what, but I can't hear you, Edwin.
You can't hear me now?
I can't hear. I'm gonna get off again. It just kicked me out. I don't know why. I'm gonna get off and hop back
Can
on.
you
I
hear me now?
I can't hear you at all.
At all?
I can't. No. I don't know if YouTube could.
Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Wow. Oh shit.
I'm gonna leave and come back
Let
in.
me see. Hold on. No, wait. What about now?
Nope.
No?
Okay, so they can hear you on YouTube, but I can't hear you. I'm gonna leave and come back in.
All right. So y'all can still hear me on YouTube? It might be a little thing on his end. I can hear. I can hear Edwin. Facts. They ain't rushing. Yo, I know. Facts. Yo, let me see if his thing worked out. Frontline, you there, brother? Can you
Yeah, I
hear
hear you
me?
now. Yeah, I hear you now.
Good, good,
Fuck you,
good,
Mr.
good, good, good.
Miyagi.
Yo,
he said he
yo,
said frontline a spy, the firewall blocking him.
the fire. Don't be surprised. Yeah. And that's why I say, you know, I wouldn't be like mad at it or anything like that about if Xander got a title fight or whatever. Um, if he moved up to 160, from what I heard, it's not in fact going to be a title fight. It's gonna be some other guy. But since that's not sketched in stone, I'm not gonna put it out there into the universe. You know what I'm saying? So, because I want it to be a title fight. I think that Xander has a lot of he has a great name and I think he deserves it. When we're talking about all these other fighters that got title fights coming off of losses, and no one seems to be saying anything. I think that fight in Japan just the other day, as a matter of fact, didn't that dude that Kinchi, Kinchi, he just fought for a world title and he beat the Mexican dude. Kinchi just came off of a loss. Because you guys know he lost to Ricardo Sandoval.
Yeah, didn't he come out of two back-to-back losses for title
No, it
fights?
was one
It
loss.
was
No,
one.
it was one
Okay.
loss. He lost to Ricardo Sandoval, and then after Ricardo Sandoval lost, he got a title shot.
Yeah.
So you gave the Japanese guy a title shot. You gave the Mexican dude a title shot. You gave Teofimo Lopez a title shot. You gave the Cuban guy, Ryan Garcia, not Rolly, but you gave Ryan Garcia a title fight. So you guys did all this shit, man. So for anybody, if they were to ever come out and say and start crying, this is not right. Sanders getting a title shot after a loss. Miss me with the bullshit. When you gave title fights to all these guys. So I'm not giving no pushback from me, all facts, no opinions. You know what I'm saying, my brother? Like, you know, what's fair is fair. You can do it for everybody else. Do it for the Puerto Rican dude, man. So I'm definitely not gonna
Hey,
be fucking trying over here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Richard wants to know what do we think about the August 29th Pro Box card? I think if I'm not mistaken, you can pull it up real quick. I don't know, but I
yep.
think that's the one with Najee Lopez.
All right. Hold on.
I think if I'm not
Is that
mistaken,
the day that he's fighting? I don't want to be
I
I don't want
think
to
that's the Najee
make a
Lopez card.
mistake. All right. What
Which
date is that? The 28th, you said?
29th.
The 29th. All I got for the 29th is on England ESPN title fight. No, that's Mayer.
Hold on. Let me look it up.
That's a woman's fight.
What do you want? Look, Temu.com. Looking up your fights.
No, I'm actually on ESPN.
That's why they don't fight on ESPN.
Yeah, but ESPN shows all the fucking fights and shit. They'll put up all the cards, but yeah, you're right. They don't got this one. They don't got this shit. Okay, hold on. Where you at? Where you going to?
Nah, yeah, the site that I'm on, they got the Caribe Royale card. That's
Hmm.
Marksman versus Barreto. That's gonna be a banger too. Um, Rolly versus Teal is the 22nd, and then you got Itama versus Hergovich.
Moses
Uh,
Itama?
oh, it's Martin. It's Lester Martinez versus Planet, August 29th in Los Angeles.
That's the headliner.
That's the headliner. So it's got Najee Lopez against Juan Carrillo. That's all it's showing me here. The full
Yeah,
card
they
is
don't
not
got
up
this
yet.
on any other, like, it goes right from July 26th, Stephen Butler versus Edgar Berlanga, to August 1st. And Lamont Rhodes Zepeda.
I know we got a lot of fights this weekend. It's starting off with Andre Boo Boo Andre in Connecticut on Friday, and then ends on Sunday with Berlanga Butler.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking boxing right there by itself, huh?
Rolling with the punches says, I appreciate your take round one, and especially for your real talk, getting me hype. Salute.
Yo, absolutely, man. You know what I mean? Look, man,
RL
yup,
RL says, nah, they can say whatever. That loss isn't a regular loss. Xander is in a position where he can do whatever he wants. That's a
that's
fact.
right. Yeah, that's just facts. You
Yeah,
know, look,
Cardenas is on that card as well, Mr. Miyagi. I
oh,
didn't get
I
the
like
full card.
Cardenas. I became a fan of Roman Cardenas when he dropped Naoya Inoue in Las Vegas.
RL,
He made me a fan, bro. That little
RL.
Mexican dude was tough.
Yes, Boo Boo's fighting on Friday. He's fighting at the Mohegan Sun, in the Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut.
Bro, I should go to that fight, man. It's right there,
He
man.
he's fighting a fucking bum though. He
I
should get him
know
out within
though.
four.
I
But you
know
know
I
what? He's been inactive for a while, so it's a good
yeah.
comeback fight for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder if I can get credentials, man, to let me into that shit, man. Just to go there and see the guys and shit. Cause
I
it's
tell you
like
what,
right fucking there, man. I can
I
go.
I tell you what, Edwin. If you go the day prior on
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, they're letting the press go in free and no, you don't
Yeah,
need a
because it's a small fight.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
what
need
I
a press
mean.
pass or none of that shit.
Nothing. I can just get in there, right? Yeah. That's why I was like, you don't need credentials for those kind of fights. You just go right there. They're gonna open it to the public.
Hold
We're
on,
all gonna
let
be
me
in the
see. Let
same
me see where they
place.
fighting at. I'll tell you right now.
You should go round one. Yeah, man. I always you guys know
Uh,
me, man. I always love going to a good squabble, so I should just pop up in there, man. And go there and shit. Oh yeah, and two,
hey,
I'm checking on my boy Keith Cologne too. I want to make an announcement. I think he's trying to get a fight on the Amanda Serrano card. Good luck to him for that. His father's been actually texting me. He just called me in a weird place. I had a lot of family things going on, so I apologize. I haven't been able to get back to him. And so I wanna see if Keith Malone can lock down one of those, and I'll let you guys know more about that.
hey,
See
Edwin,
if he
drop the
gets
link
on that
again.
card.
Drop the link
Absolutely,
again. Hey, RL.
absolutely.
So that fight's gonna be it's gonna be on the zone.
It's gonna be on the zone.
Yep, they're gonna stream it on the zone.
Oh shit, my mic's all the way up here like that. Boom. Here. I gotta figure this mic shit. I don't know what the hell is it with this
It's
system.
sounding better now.
It is?
Yeah.
All right.
Yo, that link is for anybody. It's not just for one person. Anybody could hop on, talk y'all shit.
Anybody, yeah. Anybody can hop on.
And
What it
and if
says?
y'all, I
I
know
know
that's
that's
fight
right.
round one. God bless.
Yep. I know that's right. Yeah,
Listen, y'all can
definitely.
talk y'all shit. Just keep it respectful when y'all come up here. This is for the newcomers.
Yeah, yeah,
If you don't agree with something we said or whatever, talk your shit.
absolutely. And I think that a lot of these fights that are gonna be happening now too. Look, that Rolly and Tio fight, definitely I'm waiting for that fight. But the Errol Spence versus Tim Zoo, man, that's a scary fight for me. I think that that's gonna be one of the biggest fights this week that I'm gonna be watching. Like I'm gonna be paying attention to Edgar Berlanga because I want to actually see what he looks like.
Who
Okay,
you
I really
got?
do. Edgar
On
Berlanga.
no, 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 not on that fight. The Tio versus Rolly.
Tio versus Rolly.
Yeah, who you got?
Tio.
How do you see it?
I think that Rolly's boxing style. Rolly is getting good. He's getting better. But that was Tio 6 years ago. Tio's has so much further along in boxing. And where Tio shines is counterpunching, fighting off the back foot. He's a very, very, very crafty counterpuncher. Tio's real patient and he's slick. He'll set you up with a shot you won't even see coming. Rolly's style caters to Tio. Rolly's a come forward type of fighter. He fights off of his jab sometimes, but he goes forward. That's where Tio lives. So although Rolly, I still got him in another rematch with fucking Ryan, maybe. right? And I think Rolly stylistic will beat a lot of different fighters, different styles, not Tio's style. Unfortunately for me, I really think Teal's gonna work around Rolly. And though Rolly's looking good, great, and everything, and I give him all the props in the world. I fucking like Rolly. I just think that's a bad match for him against Teal. And I know how much you hate Teal. I don't like him any better. But when I talk realistically about fighters, I'm not talking out of hate or I hope this guy loses. I'm just telling you what my boxing insight tells me.
Yeah, I got Rolly.
It tells
I
me
got
that.
Rolly
I know you do. I know you do, and I
by
respect it.
by a late
I
stoppage.
respect it. I
But
respect
hey,
it.
RL, we I think Sufa and even us, we know who Butler is, and I think this fight particularly is tailor made for Belanga, and what I mean by that,
Hell yeah.
yes,
Just like I feel
Butler
about that about Theo,
Butler can
that's what you
yeah,
feel about Butler.
but Butler can crack. Butler got skills. But you got to also remember all 5 fights that he lost are all by knockout. So that lets you say that tells you that he's chinny. You know what I mean? Um,
Well, it also tells you he stands in the fire and he's
right.
changing
Which
with you. If he wants to exchange with a big puncher like Berlanga, that might be bad.
exactly. So
Might be
I
bad.
mean,
Berlanga can put your
not
lights
not
out, bro.
now we can flip the coin to the other side.
Keep the show
Can
going.
Berlanga
Keep this. I'm
handle?
gonna use the bathroom. Go.
I got you. Can Berlanga handle what's coming his way from Butler? It's one of those, catch 22s. It's a good fight for both. Butler wins, it gives him a name on his resume. If Belanga wins, it's just another guy he knocked the fuck out. So it's going to be a win-win for everybody. I think it's going to be an exciting fight for as long as it lasts because Butler has a high KO ratio as well. Fights versus KOs and shit like that. I think he's like 23 wins and like if off the top, I want to say it's like maybe 18 KOs if I'm not mistaken. So he's up there. You know what I'm saying? He's close to Edgar's record, except for the losses side. So it's going to be an exciting fight, I think. Miyagi says Butler has been built up after his last loss through the eye of the tiger matchmaking. I think Berlanga in 2 or within 5. Yeah, I mean, again, it's tailor made for Berlanga to go in there and get him out of there. But again, just because it's tailor made for him doesn't mean that Berlanga can go in there carelessness. He's still got to be on his P's and Q's because anything can happen. Um, Butler's been talking reckless too that he's gonna knock Berlanga the fuck out. At least that's coming out his mouth. Um, I think after what happened with Shiraz, I think that Berlanga's more defensively sound based on the training videos that I've seen. But training and fighting are 2 different things. We got to see how he reacts to Butler's power if he gets clipped, and vice versa. We got to see how Butler's going to react once Berlanga cracks him one time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, who's that at the thing? At the bottom of the screen. Who's this? Hold on. So I got somebody coming up. Let's bring him up here.
What's up, round ones? Roll with the punches, man.
What up, my man? How you
I'm
doing, brother? Hold on, let me put the graph thing up here. Yo, you there rolling with the punches?
I
can
think he got it.
Yeah, I
There
can
you
hear
go.
you. I got you.
all right, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, this thing connection, man. It's out here and shit. Got to call for some Wi-Fi or something. But anyways, it's nice talking to you, man.
Yep. Yeah, tell me what's on your
And
mind. What you
I forget the other man's name on the panel.
front line?
Nice talking to y'all, though. Shit, man. This
Front line?
Ryan fight.
Yep.
What
Theo.
Damn,
Oh, Frontline, my co-host, Frontline.
my connection's a little
Can you
off.
hear me?
Well, let me just
Your
try to.
connections.
Yeah, okay, nice. Heck yeah, nice to talk to you. Yeah, I can hear you. Nice to talk to you. Y'all doing your because his connection's a little bad, so I'm gonna just try
Thank
to
you.
see if y'all can hear me a little bit. But
All right.
yeah, okay. So the Rolly
Yep.
Teo fight,
Go ahead.
Rolly Teo fight. I really believe that Rolly. Let me just. I'm playing this damn video. I really do believe that is like on the verge of becoming like a star, man. I think a lot of people believe that.
Mm.
I think that his skills are finally catching up to like his like will, basically, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna beat Teo, kind of convincing like 2-3 rounds, but too quickly to talk about
Really?
like
Wow.
Teo's never a
Wow.
different. He's never. I feel Teo will never truly hit a different level because I'm sorry, but I feel like that relationship that goes on in that corner with him and his dad. I feel like it's gotten to a point where the only thing that's going to help him is if it's severed. You know, that's the only thing that's going to help him now. You know, his dad's gotten too like complacent and too like taking things for granted. You know, Tio has gotten too dependent on his dad, trying to please his dad. Like I feel like there's too much toxicity going on with them, and they got it. The only way to help it now is to sever it, man. Like I don't think nothing else is gonna help the relationship. So I feel like and then they can get back at it in a couple years, but yeah, I don't want to get too far into that one. But I feel like Rolly, I feel like he had a really good fight versus Tank. I feel he might have also gotten a little too confident versus Tank because Tank, people tend to overlook Tank for some reason. I feel in the ring. Honestly, it's as strange as that sounds, but yeah, I feel like Rolly got a little too overconfident with Tank, and that's what. And we all see what happened. But I feel like Rolly's getting way
Mm-hmm.
better. We see. I don't think it was a fluke what happened with Ryan. I just think that with Rolly, like his boxing knowledge is catching up to him now. Like maybe
Mm.
takes people more time to be in the ring. Something, it can vary, man. Like if Rolly really starts hitting the ground running even
Mm.
harder, man, it can be a scary
Mm-hmm.
thing, man, for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much all. I just
Yeah.
wanted to
Look.
get that off the chest, man. Wrong one.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Stick around for a second. Look, I like what you bring to your the point about Teofimo Lopez. What I heard you say was you haven't seen Teo's boxing style evolve or grow. It's been the same Teo over and over and over. It seems like he got to a certain point, and his father had, I think, brought him as far as he can go. And I think that Teo's been
Yep.
staying loyal to him for a very long time. Every time I saw Teal, he just is surviving off God given talent. He's a very talented fighter, but he hasn't had world class training. He doesn't have a world class coach. If Tio had a world class coach, I think he would evolve and he would be better. But I think he's kind of stagnant in his training and his fighting style. And I think that's what your court capitalized on. So you're very right on that. You're very right. And Rolly's evolving. You can definitely say he's
Yeah,
definitely been a better fighter. As far as everybody underestimated Tank, who wouldn't underestimate a guy that short with a head that big? You know what I'm saying? You think you
right,
throw any
right.
punch, you're gonna hit him. His head is in real
Yeah,
life is I
right.
met him. It's like this fucking big and he's like this short. So it's like, you know, but Tank is the real deal though. He's the real deal.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
even
100%.
Tank Davis said it when he hit Rolly. He didn't throw the punch hard. He kind of walked into it, and Rolly was, lunging, overextending. He's stopping to
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
100%.
A lot of these guys have sparred
Yeah,
against Rolly, like Tio. There's footage, and Tio knows how much of a bully and how of a brute Rolly used to be. Well, he's not that fighter anymore.
mm,
And Tio has kind of been stagnant. He
right.
doesn't have that world class training. So now that adds another interesting point. But I think that Tio is a very
Mm-hmm.
talented fighter, very good counter
For sure.
puncher for the most part. He's fought guys like Rolly style. That's what boxing has taught me. I've seen him fight the Cormiers. I see him fight, the Martins. Sander Martin. I seen him fight Steve Klagics. And guys that are a bit more craftier than Rolly. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
whatever Rolly lacks in style, he makes up for it in forward aggression. He's got
Yeah.
he's a hell of a puncher. That accumulation
Yeah.
of damage. He's punching harder than Shakur, and look what Shakur did to Teal's face. Just think about that.
Right. 100%.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Sure.
So,
That's very true.
the punches are going to be
Mm-hmm.
even more devastating if Rolly can, catch. And we saw what Arnold Barboza did to Teo's eye when Teo started, estaba soltando. Teo
Yeah.
started going like this, and he
Mm-hmm.
came in and Arnold hit him with the tate quieto. And he split, and Teo went up, and he fell back. So Rolly's going to be cracking like that. Rolly's definitely going to bring that power up there like that with him. So,
Yeah,
very,
I heard
very
Tank.
interesting fight.
I think Tank. I think Tank said. Oh yeah, I think Tank said that Rolly hits the hardest that he's ever fought. I've heard a few people
That he
say
ever
this
been
about
hit by.
Rolly.
Yeah.
That true power.
Yeah, I actually
That
saw
true
that.
power. So like,
Uh,
man, yeah, Rolly would be a
yeah, he
beast.
does. Rolly is
Yeah,
a
man.
pretty
So this is.
decent puncher, man. And Ryan found out. Ryan found out. Ryan got hit by
Yeah.
that shot.
I
Yeah, I
think
think it was
Rolly.
in the second round. And he never engaged.
Yeah.
He never wanted to
Yeah,
go
man.
back in the
That's a very
fire with that
good
dude
point.
Rolly.
Yeah,
He got
exactly.
hit one
Exactly. That's a
time by
very
Rolly and
good
was like,
point.
"Oh, I'm good.
Nah,
I'm
I'm
good. I
good.
felt that."
Mhm. Yeah, man.
So,
Damn.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, interesting
I
fight.
think I
I mean,
think Tio might get
my
stopped, man. I think Tio might mess around and get stopped, but I don't think Rolly
that's
would.
what
I
my
think Rolly
co-host
has like too
thinks.
much. Yeah,
I'm
I get
I'm
it.
with
Frontline,
I
you.
get it.
I'm with you rolling with the punches. I'm with you. I
Yeah,
think I think Rolly's gonna stop Teal.
Frontline's with
man.
you. He thinks he thinks anybody
I'm
wants. He got
with
anybody
you,
against
brother. Good
Tio. So
shit.
you know what I mean. But he
Yeah,
thinks
damn.
Rolly's gonna stop him. He does.
I'll tell you
It could
what. I'll stop my
happen for
Teal
sure,
slander.
100%.
I'll stop my Teal slander when he gets in the ring with a Puerto Rican and beats him easy. That's when I'll stop my Teal slander. Until then,
Right.
me debe, me debe, me debe.
Me debe, huh? Because he went and said that statement, huh?
Yeah.
But I thought we got our get back when
Oh
when
shit,
Subriel
that's good.
Matias smacked the shit out of him. That's when I let Tio off the hook. When Subriel smacked him, it was like I was
Nah.
like, okay,
That
okay, we got ours back. You know what I
nah,
mean?
we didn't get it
Because
back yet because
no, no,
that
no,
that
no, no, no,
was
no, 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 no. Being bitched and smacked in public. If you could beat us in the ring, why didn't you whoop Subriel's ass right there when he smacked you? Brother, it proved it. Bro, you stood there looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Talk about get this guy out of here, his father. Bro, you just got smacked.
I,
And Subriel
shit,
wasn't
man.
playing
That's
around. Nah, you smacked him in real
smacked
life,
him because
in
I remember
public, and you didn't do shit.
real.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
No
we
way.
good.
I don't remember
We
even
good.
hearing about this.
No,
Oh
I
yeah,
listen,
played it on
Sabriel's
my
Miyagi.
yeah,
channel. I
Sabriel's that dude
rewinded
too.
it back and forth. Smack, smack, right from right. We rewinded. We
Yo, we
kept
rewinded
rewinding
that
it.
shit like
Yeah,
15 times.
Like 15 times.
Put that shit on a loop.
Hell yeah. We was like smack, smack, smack. Yeah, man. I was like,
Miyagi, who you
okay,
talking about, Miyagi?
get the spy out of here. Front line.
Oh, you ain't talking about me.
Yo, Mr. Miyagi. Hope the firewall gets back from yo. Look.
Yeah, Miyagi ain't shit. He said, hope the firewall gets back from lunch soon. Frontline giving bad takes.
Bad takes. Bad takes. Yo, but Frontline's my dude, man. And look, there's a lot of
and that's
people
big
that think
stuff,
like that,
man.
Miss Miyagi. And Frontline speaks for them. He's here for those kind of fans, those guys. So we need somebody to speak for those guys. We can't have it, you know what I mean? So Frontline's here for the choo shoes of the world.
Hey, rolling with the punches. I'm glad he said that. In the way versus Shushu, who you got?
Come on.
In a way, versus Shushu right now. In a way, talking about the superstar. In a way,
Now
the
yeah, in a way.
monster. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
Yeah.
got you. I gotta give him the edge. Just because off of well, for one, like I think he'd have more like power, like more pop, which gives you more power. I think, in my opinion. So I think he will have more. And then I do has been through resume is good, but more than that, I feel like he's been through a lot of like adversity. You know what I mean? Not saying Shushu hasn't, but Shushu's young and Shushu, he's a potential star. So that's it's a little bit. He has. I don't think he's been through enough of the pressure that now has in a way. So
Right.
I'd have to give in a way the edge. Bye now.
Yeah. On paper, it's not even close.
My mom's
On
calling
paper,
me.
they
One second,
shouldn't.
you guys. One second.
Yeah. They on paper it shouldn't even be a conversation, to tell you the truth, between Naoya Inoue and Karen. On paper,
I'm getting
Bruce
ready to
Karen.
block Miyagi. I would go block Miyagi. I'm gonna give him
No,
10
you're not,
seconds.
Mister. Don't you block Mr. Miyagi? You leave Mr. Miyagi alone. Yo,
I'm gonna give him.
yo,
I'm gonna give him a 10 second. I'm a 10 second standing count right now.
I'm gonna override your 10-second timeout. Don't you touch Mr. Miyagi. Okay? He can speak freely on this channel. We don't block nobody for nothing. That's Frontline's words, ain't it, Mr. Miyagi? Ain't it Frontline's words? Frontline don't block nobody now, because it's
No,
gonna show that you're not a man
no,
of
I'm
your
not
word.
blocking him. I'm gonna just give him a
No, no,
standing
no
10.
10-second either.
I'm
That's
a
no
standing
timeout.
10. He's wobbled right now.
No,
He's a little
no standing
wobbly.
tank out,
He
Mr.
got baby
Miyagi.
legs
He
right now.
is
Spaghetti
shiesty.
legs.
You see this shit,
I,
guys?
I
You
got.
see this shit
Hey,
online? What he's doing?
the ref is calling for a 10 second stand up.
Yo, this is
Yo, he can get
bullshit.
hurt bad. Miyagi can get hurt
This
bad if he stays
Yo,
up.
Mr. Miyagi. Wait a minute, I'm the referee. Hold on, I'm stepping in. Frontline, go to your corner. Stop. I'm giving him an 8 count, standing 10 count. Mr. Miyagi, are you all right? Walk this way. yo, listen. Yo,
Yo,
look.
Melasa, what up? David says, yo, with Shushu's last performance, I'm going with Inoue. That's just my opinion. Hey, I hear
Hell
you.
yeah.
It wasn't his best performance, and you know what? Inoue's last performance versus Nagatani wasn't his best
Stop it.
either.
Stop it. Stop it, because the
It
guy
was a
that
lot of
Shushu fought
headbutts and a
is
lot
no,
of fucking
the
hand
guy that Shushu
hugging.
fought is no Nakatani. Nakatani is a 3 division world champion on the pound for pound list, going into the fight undefeated.
Here
He
we
was a
go.
unified champion coming up. That is no
Here we
fucking
go.
Castro or
Yo,
whoever
hold on,
fucking
Edwin. While you
Shushu
talk, play the
fought.
violin for me. Play the violin while you explain yourself. Go ahead. Go
Now,
ahead.
for you,
Go ahead.
because listen, for you, I'm playing violin for you. Yo. Let me tell you something. Bruce Carrington has never fought a world champion, a former or current world champion. Naoya Inoue fought 17 former or current world champions. Naoya Inoue is on his straight 28th
Yo, but play the
consecutive
violin while
world
you're
title
talking,
fight
Edwin. Play the
in
violin
a row.
while you're talking.
In a row. He has 28 title fights consistently, one after another, throughout 4 divisions. Naoya Inoue. And you think he's worried about a guy that just became champion at 29 years old? We're worried about that. That guy right there somehow is on the level of the best pound for pound fighter in the world. He's not even on a pound for pound list. Shoo shoo. Let's just wake up here. This is not even a conversation. If he moves up to 126, the only shot that he has is that he's moving up to a bigger weight division.
Look at
That's
Melasa. He's
it.
got the Japarican flag going up right now. He said, "Let
That's
him
it.
know,
You know
Edwin.
it.
Let him know,
You know it,
Edwin."
Mlasa. Yo, that Japanese dude is gonna wipe him down. Look. In all his glory. Look at him. And you know what's not there? That shoo poster. You know why it won't be there? The Frontline cursed him. Frontline went and made a deal with round one that
Yo,
one day it'll be up there. It's never gonna happen.
play the
And
violin
then
when you talk about anyway.
Shushu can dedicate that to Frontline. See what he did to you? These are not, yo, Shushu. You don't want these guys as friends. Trust me. You know what I mean? They're gonna set you up. You don't want these guys as friends, bro.
Hey, yo,
Leave Shushu. Leave that Japanese dude alone. and go create your own legacy.
Shushu is gonna knock Inoue out.
Don't fuck with
As
that
long,
Japanese dude,
hold on.
Shushu. Don't do it, please.
As
Don't.
long as Inoue stays clean and no headbutting and no fucking
Oh, stop
excessive
it.
clinching, that's the only
You are
way.
something else. You know
That's
when
the
they
only.
say, you know when they say people make up narratives and lies? That's how they get started. You see what Frontline's doing? That's how they get started. That Frontline throwing that out there. Somebody going to hear that and say, you know what? I was on Round One Sports Talk TV, and Frontline saying that we are anyways headbutted. Tomorrow, all over social media, yo, the Japanese dude is headbutting. That's how he's winning. Yo, Frontline.
I am somewhat of a trendsetter, so yeah. I mean, a lot of channels get a lot of shit from this channel. You know that, right?
Yo, Mr. Miyagi, you see Frontline's biasness? Do you see this? Do you see this? This is almost treason. You know what I mean? Yo, this is criminal right here. Oh my God, Frontline is something else. And they say I'm biased. They don't even know. They don't even know.
Nah, it's not about being biased. It's just reality. Shushu, you gotta understand, 26 hit different than 22.
Oh, stop it. You said that. Edwin, you got to understand 22 hits different than 118. What happened? What happened? What happened
No,
to
no,
your
no.
boy Stephen
22,
Fubo
22 is
Fulton?
good. Look, when he got into 22, his first fight was what? Fulton, right?
Stephen Fulton, the best
Okay.
122 pounder.
At the time,
And then he went and
that
fought the second best 122 pounder in Marlon
Pantera
Tapales that
Nari.
had the other two belts.
It was Pantera Nari, right?
No, it was Martin Tapales. He had the other two belts.
Okay. Oh, that's how he became undisputed. Okay. But what
Right.
happened when he got in there with a puncher like Luis Pantera Nari?
He went in there with a puncher and he got knocked down
Okay. And
against
then what
Luis
happened when
Pantera
he went
Nari.
in? And then what happened when he went in with Cardenas?
He got knocked down with a punch. He is
Okay.
a fighter,
What?
right?
No, I get it. My point is
What is your point?
Shushu cracks at 26, he's gonna break in a
Okay,
way
first of all,
down.
you had something, but and then you almost said
I almost
something.
says
You almost said something because Luis Panteranari and Roman Cardenas got a bigger punch than Shushu.
how you know
Both
that?
of
You
them
been in the
do.
ring with him?
They put up their punch ratio. Put up their punch ratio on BoxRec. They both have a higher knockout ratio than Shushu.
Okay, but you're talking about 22.
Okay, but so no,
At
it's you're what you're
26, they
no
hit
okay is
different.
see that's why you almost said something. Your whole theory is that since these guys knocked him down at a lower weight division, when he goes up to 126, Shushu's going to be punching harder. And I'm like, wait a minute. These two guys punch harder than him at that higher weight. Now, Luis
What I'm
Pantero
saying
knockout
is,
is a knockout artist.
what I'm saying is, Shushu goes up to 26. Will he be able?
No. Shushu does not go up to
Hold on.
26. Naoya Inoue goes up to 26.
Yeah, when that's what I'm saying. When Inoue goes up to 26, and it
Yeah,
doesn't have to be against Shushu. It could be against anybody. It doesn't matter who it is.
you
Is he
better
going to be
pray it's
able to
not against
take?
Shushu.
Even if it
Huh?
is against Shushu, I'm using Shushu as an example. But what I'm saying is, it's any 126 fighter, anyone at
Okay,
126.
here's the problem. Here's the problem with reality. Okay, here's the problem. Once you see Naoya Inoue go up 5 weight division, he has belts in 4, but he's in his 5th weight division. He bypassed the 112, right? Okay. So he's fighting in his 5th weight division as of right now from the weight division he started at 108. He's at 122. Okay. If you're still knocking people out at 122, that's called mechanics. That means that his delivery, the way he throws the punch, in reality, he can almost knock out any human at any weight. It's not about power with Naoya Inoue necessarily. It's his mechanics. Naoya in a way punches you, even how heavy you are, at his walk around weight, he's probably gonna put you down. He
He ain't
knows
putting
how
me
to
down.
thrust.
He got to hit me with a truck.
No, listen, he trust me. That's why they're pros. The difference between a professional guy punching you and a regular street guy punching you, the street guy might knock somebody out. You'll even see somebody get hit, get knocked out. That's not his best punch. And he still knocked that guy out. You see, his mechanics ain't right. He linked everything into it with his body. He sucker punched the guy. The guy wasn't braced. There was different things, different elements, right? But when you got a professional fighter that he knows how to shift his weight, his foot, his torque, his movement, and his delivery, then the snap, you can be small and still put big dudes out. It's your mechanics. Naoya Inoue's delivery on a punch, it doesn't matter what weight he's in no more. I've already proven that. Naoya Inoue, the way when he hit Luis Nari, that how it stuck, like where the fuck did the power come from? He literally went from here to here, right? That's the same thing
Mm-hmm.
and the same power. You know that movie star dude? He's that black dude. He was all cut up. He was talking with what's that Street Fighter one time? He was like this doing a movie with that Street Fighter dude that died. The boy what's his name? Kimbo Slice. Rest his soul. Kimbo Slice was talking to the other black dude. That he did the Spawn, I think. He was the action hero.
Yeah,
The
White.
Mike
Last name White. I know what you're talking about.
right. Okay.
White.
Jay White. There you
So
go. Jay White.
he was explaining why he was faster than the most guy, right? And his concept was that we usually twitch back a little bit to throw a punch. We wind it up. We load up the gun. So you go like this and to punch. And you don't even notice it. You're winding like that. And what he said was just go forward. Don't go backwards. Go forward. You'll be faster. And he was right. I went down, I started testing the theory, right? And
Right.
then you start to learn how to snap from here, like that. And then you start to learn how to snap it with your waist. And you don't need to go back no more. So that's professional delivery. That's professional um,
Mm-hmm.
angles and stuff. And when guys know how to fight like that, that's why you register your hands. You can kill a normal person on the street. You know where to put the punches. You know how to deliver it. You know how to put your weight on it. You know how to set them up, bait them into a shot, and walk them to a big shot. You'll never hit a guy in the ring with, but you might hit a civilian with that kind of shot. You're gonna hurt him
Oh
really
yeah,
bad.
totally. Heck yeah.
So
Knock
that's
one out. Oh,
why
shit.
that's why Naoya Inoue's power with Shuchu, he's in trouble either way. Naoya Inoue's delivery on his punches, I don't care if he doesn't have can knock him out with one punch. You're gonna be able to have to take that for 12 rounds. Good luck with that. He's
Yeah.
just Naoya Inoue's his style, his delivery, everything. He's of a master. He's in a 1%, no matter where you place him. Number one, two, or three on the pound for pound list. He's still in the 1% of
Would
the best fighters in the world.
would in a way go
So
from would in a way go from 122 to is that what you guys are saying?
yeah, yeah. If he does that, I'm not sure he's
Okay.
going to do it. To tell you the truth, I think he's maxed out where he's at 122. I really think he's
Right.
maxed out. He's in his fifth weight
Gotcha.
division. I don't think like some people let him go up
Hey,
and
rolling
fight
with the
Usyk.
punches. You see what I'm talking about? The witness protection right here. You see what
No,
I'm talking
no, no,
about?
no, no, no. Frontline wants him to fight Usyk next week. You know what I'm saying? No, if he's anybody, he's so bad, Edwin. Make him fight Usyk. Like Frontline's crazy. Like, no,
Yo,
I'm
you
not.
see,
Like,
you see how Ed would be protected anyway. He
no,
be putting
I'm
him
not
under his
protecting
wing.
him. I don't need protection to protect Naoya Inoue. He's the type of fighter that allows me to speak freely.
I've always
Whoever you want to get, go get him and tell him he's coming. Go get him. Anybody in his weight division,
I
go
will
get him.
say that I used
Tell
to
him that he's right
contractor
there.
in a way. I think
Yep. Huh? Lost you. I lost. You're cutting out, brother. You're cutting out. Can you repeat that?
no, 100%. Yeah, in a way. I used to actor those people who
Damn, he kind of bad.
Michael
ah,
Jai White, you talking about? Yeah, that's the dude I'm talking about. That was the dude. He was explaining the concept of how to be faster. There was a video of him and Kembo Slice. He told Kembo Slice, I'm gonna move my hand like this. And as fast as you can, I want you to hit my hand like that. So Kembo was like, pop, 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 pop. He said, okay, now I want you not to allow me to hit your hand. And Kembo like that, and he went, and he hit him. The faster he went, you see what I'm saying? So he was trying to get Kembo to to understand what he
Nah,
was telling him.
you got it backwards, Edwin. In that video, it wasn't about speed. It
Yeah, it
was
was.
about accuracy. It was no, the slower you throw your punches, but accurate, you can connect better.
Yes, yes. Well, yeah, it's the same concept. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. But just in case you got somebody moving, if you're trying to do it fast, like if your guy's moving like this, and you're gonna miss. You're gonna
Right,
miss. You're gonna miss like this because you're trying to hit him. But if you're just like that and you just go and you touch him, you're gonna hit him.
right,
You're gonna hit him, and the punch is gonna come from here. You don't have to cock it back a little, or even a bit like this, because that's wasted movement. That's wasted movement. The timing to get from here to there. You see, you're doing a longer process. It might seem fast to you, but you're cutting yourself short. So the good jabbers in the game, you ever notice the guys with the best jabs? They have like a shovel jab. It comes from here from the hip, not from the guard. Because from here, it takes you a little bit more time to register the punch. Then if you don't switch the punch in the air like this, that even cuts time. But if you keep your fist like this and you just go forward like that, you're going to be a lot faster, or you're going to appear to be faster. You could be slow like Tim Tszyu and still work your jab. That's how fighters like Tim Tszyu work his jab good. He's not fast in the sense of a speed demon. Tim Tszyu's boxing smart fast with right timing and good placement and pop, pop. Tim Tszyu's going to he's going to give the appearance that he's a lot faster than what he is, because it looks like his punch is getting there to the point, to the target faster, but he's really not that fast. You understand? Fighters that were really fast, that had real speed, Sugar Ray Leonard, Hector Camacho, uh, those are guys that had real speed. Naoya Inoue, real speed, that's real speed. And here comes today's Nevis of the day, Mr. Miyagi from Frontline. Mr. Miyagi, how you doing?
hey, hold
Well,
on
well, well,
before
well,
we get
Frontline. Nice to
before
see
we
you at
get
the red light
started.
when you cut me off.
Wait, hold on. Before we get started, Mr. Miyagi, do you have a cup of coffee or are you gonna fall asleep on the show tonight?
No, I'll just finish one. I'll just finish a
Okay,
cup.
good.
Hey,
How
yo,
you doing,
Mr.
brother?
Miyagi. Mr.
Yeah, I'm
Miyagi,
good.
Frontline's the guy that cut you off in traffic and he had to stop for the red light and you slowed up and pulled up next to him. You know what I mean? Hey, what are you doing, buddy? You know what I mean? Yeah, what's up, buddy? What's up, Mr. Miyagi? How you doing today?
No, it's good. It's been a while. I've missed a lot of your lives.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, because
I
of the
gotta
time
say,
frame.
I I was trying to catch the one after the Boots Ennis Xander Zayas fight, and I've just got to
Mm,
say that combination that Boots hit Xander with, that he threw the left out and then he shifted and threw the uppercut. That little short uppercut was a thing of
yep.
fucking beauty. That was.
Ah,
That you couldn't have done that any perfect. That was. I'm still in awe from it. Like I just keep
yeah.
rewatching that scene.
And the one that he hit him with the shot where he hit him with the two lefts, where he checked one hand, hit him with one shot, and then hit him with the left again. It was like a
Yeah,
3 punch combination. That one was slick too. He he uh he showed Xander that there's levels to this. He told Xander leading into the fight, Xander, no matter what you do, it's not gonna matter. And when we fight, I'm gonna show you there's levels. Xander went into the fight, undefeated fighter, cocky. He wanted to prove himself. And boy, did Jerron Boots Ennis was a man of his word. He was saying, I'm him, and I need the fight to show the world that I'm saying I am. And I gotta admit, he'd be one of the top fighters in the world. Xander is one of the best 154 pounders in the world. He
Yo,
is,
man, I say
and he
shit.
lost.
Hey,
What do
Mr.
you say?
Miyagi,
Ask Mr. Miyagi if English be the best
be the
number
best
what?
number three, or was he cheering for Scotland? He's talking about FIFA. Hey, Mr.
oh
Miyagi.
yeah. Dang, mate.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Mr. Miyagi. I'm sorry. I've told you this before. In boxing, the judges be biased as fuck out there. They be cheating their asses off. But for FIFA, how did you feel about England losing?
Oh, I don't
Wait,
know.
wait, keep playing it for Mr. Miyagi. I want to hear Mr. Miyagi's explanation. Go ahead, Miyagi. Go ahead.
No, it was just bullshit, wasn't it? Uh, but it is what it is. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of football anymore. The game's too is too sanitized now and ridiculous. But I
Why
watched
why
the
you don't play the violin for him, Edwin?
Because he doesn't get no violin. He ain't crying no sad story. Mr. Miyagi stands on business. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
hey, y'all some cheating motherfuckers though. Like even in FIFA, yo, y'all, y'all motherfuckers is trying to find a way to cheat.
Yo, the conversations are getting a bit too messy. Yeah,
Damn, that's a shot fired at England right now because Argentina's messy.
I know. This conversation's
oh,
getting messy. Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to go. I
Yeah,
don't want to go down that. It's just
I know.
I don't know. Football's not really my like. I'll watch it, but I don't get too interested in it anymore.
Yeah, I
Like,
haven't watched a single game myself. The only thing I hear from these guys or some highlights. Um, you probably had your phase in soccer. I never even had an era. I can't name you four soccer players. I can name you Ronaldo, Messi, and I know somebody's name has to be Rodriguez or Valenzuela. Maybe there's a Fernando in there somewhere. I can guess a couple names if you like me to. I know nothing about soccer. Absolutely
Hey,
nothing.
Mr. Miyagi, let me ask you something. Since you're a huge Inoue fan too, what do you think? Bam going up to 22 and fighting Inoue. How do you see that fight going?
do you know what? I'm not. See, I if I it's difficult because that the angles that he uses, that Bam uses, will pose a problem. But the only thing that I can see is that Inoue will just shift back. And the thing is, he doesn't really do it anymore. But Inoue used to shift angles and work the body on southpaws when he was at 118 and 115. But he doesn't really do that anymore at 122.
Right.
It would be
What
it'll be a brilliant fight when it happens. Because
what
unlike
so
Junto,
what do you think
Inoue
about
will have.
Bam's last performance though against Vargas?
Oh well, I was. See, I've never been one of these people that thought Bam Rodriguez, like on the broadcast and that, they were like, oh, Bam's defense, and he was getting touched up in the Puma fight. I don't know what on earth they were talking about. I've literally got clips that I was actually going to send Edwin through Instagram of there was a sequence that Bam walked up to Puma, and I think it was in like round 5 or something like that. He literally walked up to him with his hands down like near the middle of his chest, and Puma just slung a left hook and caught him clean on the side of the face. And when I
Yeah.
saw that, I'm just like, you can't, in a way, he's going to put your lights out if you
Yeah.
do
If you
that.
do, yeah. If you do that, right. Now, I said, okay, here's the thing, right? The thing with boxing is that sometimes, unfortunately, in your natural weight division, there's not all the stars. There's not a lot of stars for you to fight. So you have to venture into new land to get the fights and the money you rightfully feel you deserve. Bam Bam Rodriguez was in a situation where he was starting to run out of stars. He was fighting all the legends, the older legends and shit, and he was winning. But when he moved up to 118 and he vacated his belts, Hernandez, that fight should have been alarming for his coach, Garcia, because it showed that although Bam Bam Rodriguez was still cutting angles, he was still doing Bam Bam shit. You can see his waist and his cat-like reflexes took a hit. It took a hit. Hernandez was touching him up way too easy. On top of that, Hernandez is not a big puncher and he's chinny. If you go back and you watch Hernandez's previous fights, almost in a lot of his fights, he's been knocked down. Everybody was dropping Hernandez. Now he fights Jesse Bam Rodriguez, and all of a sudden Jesse's going back to the corner telling Robert Garcia, yo, I feel his punches.
Wait, you said Hernandez or you're talking about Vargas?
I mean Vargas. Did I say Hernandez?
You did. That's why I
I'm
was
sorry.
confused.
I'm sorry. When he fought Vargas, the Vargas dude. I'm damn. I was saying Hernandez, wasn't I? I got it confused. So when he fought Vargas, he went back to the corner and he told Robert Garcia, "No, Robert, I feel his punches." Now, on top of Vargas being chinny, right? Because a lot of people put Vargas down. On top of being chinny, he had like what? He had
Yeah,
under 10 knockouts.
yeah, he's not
Six,
known for a puncher.
no. So he's not a big puncher. He doesn't have a great chin. And Bam Bam Rodriguez, you're supposed to be viewed as the guy that's going to dethrone Naoya Inoue. You understand? So when I saw his skills take a hit, I realized that his reflexes took a hit, not his skills per se. He was still Bam Bam. You could see remnants of himself. He just wasn't fighting in himself. Now, if Bam was to go down, I don't think nobody beats him in his natural weight division. But if you blimp him up, there's the problem. Especially, you only fought Vargas at 118. You never fought anybody at 122 where Naoya Inoue actually fights. So that's more preparation. If you push Bam Rodriguez to fight Naoya Inoue right fast, Naoya's going to beat him. In a real world, listen to me. Naoya Inoue, this is going to be his 9th fight at 122. He's acclimated to the division. He's had a run. You would have to give Bam Bam Rodriguez an opportunity, not at a 9-fight run, but maybe 3 to 4 fights, so that he's fighting with guys. See, Naoya Inoue fought all the speed demons, all the power punchers, Everybody in the division, the best of the best of the division, had to offer. And Bam Bam Rodriguez hasn't fought not one guy in the division. And look what he looked like at one division lower. So if he fights Naoya Inoue and Naoya Inoue beats him, I always said I wouldn't give Naoya Inoue the credit because he would have not beaten the best version of Bam Bam Rodriguez. In a real world, which I don't think this is going to happen. I don't believe this is going to happen. Naoya Inoue drops down to 118. Make it a little bit more competitive. You give a little and beat Bam where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. But as of right now, I don't like the fight because I'm not going to get the best version of Bam. I'm just going to get Naoya Inoue to beat him. That's it. I don't think that that's fair. I
Yeah, but
like
that'll be
Naoya
going
Inoue.
backwards for Inoue though.
Yeah, but listen, I like Naoya Inoue. I think he's the best fighter that we have today, but I'm not going to cheat for him. And I don't want no easy victories. I don't want nobody saying nothing. I want competitive. I want Bam at his best. That's the only way I accept the fight. I want Bam at his best because when he beats him, he beat the best version of Bam. No excuses. And if Bam Rodriguez was to beat Naoya Inoue, no excuses from me.
Well,
He
David
beats
says,
him.
well,
That's it.
David says we understand. Excuse me. We understand what you're saying, round one, but that's not fair to say because Boots only had one fight at 54, and look what he did to Xander.
No, but you see, listen, Boots had one fight at 154, but at least he fought in the division. Bam Bam Rodriguez never fought at 122. He only fought at 118. So at
Let me
least Boots got one fight at 154. Then he fought Xander. At least you gave him one fight in the division. As of right now, they want him to go right from that performance of 118 and fight Naoya Inoue in the beginning of the year. That's what they're shooting for.
At
I don't
122.
like
no,
that.
no,
At least
Edwin,
give Bam Rodriguez the one fight you gave Jerron Boots Ennis. Give him that at least. That's
Edwin.
what I'm saying. Make it fair.
It
Don't
sounds
jump
like.
him up from 118 to 122. Sorry, Mr. Miyagi. Go ahead.
Oh no, good, Robert. I think he's gonna. I think Bam Rodriguez is getting another fight at 118, and he's going to be fighting. Which actually, this fight, if he can perform how I think he should perform against this fighter, then it will somewhat validate to a certain extent because he's going to fight. I think they're trying to line up the WBO champion Christian Medina, and he's a big 118 pounder. I think he's like 5'6", 5'7", but he's big, like bulky. He's the guy that knocked out Yoshiki Takei for his WBO belt.
Hmm. You know, I think that mm,
I see. My only problem with like I'm not really fussed which way they want to go with Inoue's career. Like if they turn around and said, "Oh, he's going to fight John Casimiro next," I'd be like, "Yeah, cool. We shut him up and all of his crazy
yeah,
fanboys."
that'll be a stay busy fight. And I would love it. That would be a
Um,
great fight to prepare himself for um the Bam Bam Rodriguez fight in the future. Of course, I would always like that because John Casimiro, rightfully
the
so. Yeah, go ahead.
the only thing is, it's not Inoue pushing for the fight. I think it's Eddie Hearn trying to push Robert Garcia and Bam because they know the sort of money that Inoue has in that division. If he moves up, he's not going to come back down to super bantamweight.
Right, he'll never do that. Okay,
Yeah, and
but
they'll never fight.
right, I also think it's father time. You got to
Mm,
understand, Naoya Inoue is 33. He said he's going to
yeah,
retire at 35. He said that at 31 when he said that he would retire at 35. They know they don't have a lot of time with him. So you want to try to get the biggest fights and get what you can out of him. Naoya Inoue is a very interesting fighter because instead of at the tail of his career, his competition going down, it's actually going up. You know, well, after he fought MJ and shit, he could have took tomato cans the rest of the way out of his career. He went and fought Junto, that was on a pound for pound list, undefeated, three divisional champion. Now he's gonna go fight Bam Bam Rodriguez. Whenever our stars were at the tail end of their career, they fought down in competition. Naoya Inoue is fighting up as he gets older. He's fighting the young gun. You went and fought Junto, the next Japanese young knockout superstar, and you broke his orbital bone and sent him to the hospital.
That was a headbutt.
Okay, now shut up, frontline, right? So and then, like Naoya Inoue, he's fighting up. He fought the guy that said they was ducking him. MJ, Naoya Inoue, you ducking me? Beat the brakes off him. No one, 100% of the fighters that fought Alan David Picasso, nobody's been able to put that guy down. And he knows how to survive. Smart
And he's a
fighter.
big, he's a big kid as well.
He's a big kid, bro. That wasn't an easy. I would like to see anybody else do that to Alan David Picasso. I want to see that. It goes to show you. Look, at Stephen Kubo Fulton went on to be a world champion after losing to Naoya Inoue. The twin, fucking Maloney went on to be champion. Donaire went on to be champion. It goes to show you the type of caliber of fighters. Junto will go on to be world champion again.
That goes to show you that in a way they didn't abuse him the way he was supposed to. It
Oh,
was
stop
just
it. Stop it. Naoya Inoue's competition is the top of the food chain.
And
And
also,
and on his way out, on his way out, it's crazy that when you're saying this Japanese dude, right? When you say, "Hey, we think this guy's better than you," what's he do? He goes out there and knocks him out or beats him. When we say our guys, "Hey, Devin, we think this guy Tank's better than you," Teal, freaking whoever, right? Shakur Stevenson. Shit, he's got to fight Keyshawn Davis because it's a mandatory. You know, these guys don't take these kind of challenges. They don't take these kind of risks.
hey, I am Brody wants he asked you, what about that dude John Casimero has been calling Inoue out for like 50 years.
John Casamara is a victim of his own self. John Casamaro's name at one point in time was popping. The problem was John Casamaro was way further along than Naoya Inoue. Remember, at the time they were going to fight, Naoya Inoue, I still think, had like under 10 fights or somewhere around there, like 12 fights. John Casamaro was already an established champion. He ends up getting stripped for his belt. He gets a 1 year suspension over what his promoter and them dudes did. Now, they did a lot of bad things with John Casamaro, but John Casamaro didn't help out his case. He started drinking, his health started to deteriorate, and his fight started getting a bit wilder. During this time, while he was doing a 1 year suspension, Naoya Inoue didn't wait for him. The legend of Naoya Inoue took off. He entered the World Series of Boxing and dominated and won the very first Muhammad Ali trophy in the World Series of Boxing for bantamweight fighters. That was the first trophy for the super bantamweight. So he wins that. And the Naoya Inoue train started going that way. At that point, John Casamaro spiraled out of control. He was fighting these low grade fights. His promoting company wasn't helping him like that. And he was doing, you guys know the John Casamaro story. I don't need to open up old wounds for you guys, but if you want me to, I'll break it down. But I'm just trying to avoid from talking about that. Okay. I think he's past that in his life. John Casamaro has turned his life around right now. He looked really good in his last fight. Knocking out Luis Pantera Nari like that was not easy. And I don't care about anybody that wants to take a shot at John Casimero for his faults, his drinking. We all have problems in life, and we all want a second chance in life. If you don't think that John Casimero deserves a crack at Naoya Inoue, you're fucking bugging because there was something there. They got history now. John Casimero does not deserve it. No, he does not. He didn't earn it. He's not up there in the ranking, but intriguing. See, John Casimero, whether you guys want to believe it or not, his style is all wrong for Naoya Inoue. That style John Casimero has, that wild man shit, that unpredictable, you can't time him. That's a bad matchup for Naoya Inoue, and I know that. I know John Casimero. He's a he's a loose cannon, a real wild guy. But I like that. I like that. I like how he brings that excitement. He's that fucking wild card, that shot in the dark. He can surprise a lot of people. And Naoya Inoue, if he's not careful against John Casimero, put your lights out. And that, my friends, that I'll pay to watch. That, my friends, I'll pay to watch. Maybe even make his way up in the ranking. Maybe he hasn't beat all the top. He started with Luis Pantera Nari. That's a good start. He might have to do a little more. But if Naoya Inoue put him to stay busy in a fight, bro, I would really salute Naoya Inoue for that. Now I would say, bro, you have faced all your adversaries. You left no question that whether or not at one point in time he could beat you. If Naoya Inoue, you turned around, sometimes there's got to be a little Rocky story. Yeah, Rocky didn't deserve the title fight. Yeah, John Casimero didn't earn it. But sometimes get the little guy a shot, man. Get the guy that's down there that you know he's good a shot. And boy, would I respect that. I wouldn't, but not because in a lot of ways, my competitive side wants Naoya Inoue to shut them up. But my competitive side wants Naoya Inoue, give him a fucking shot. Let's see if you can shut him up. John Casimero. Because talk is cheap. And you know where we're from? We're from the show me state here at Round One Sports Talk. You're going to have to show me. Now, whether or not Naoya Inoue takes the fight, it will do nothing for him in actuality, in the sense of John Casimero doesn't have any belts. It's mainly for bragging rights. He's not the top guys. We understand. So, but if Naoya Inoue doesn't take it, I'm not going to be mad at him for not taking the fight. I think John Casimero has a little bit of fault of his own in this scenario. And I'm man enough to say that I see. I see where John Casimero fumbled the ball a little, but I see the value in the fight. And I think the Filipino people and Japan have history. There's a good rivalry there. That fight in Japan, can you say open up the Tokyo Arena once again? Because that's where you're going to have to put it. That fight's going to be big. I think it's going to be big. So look, there's a lot of fights I like, but like I said, if Naoya Inoue didn't take the fight, it's not like I would say he was ducking John Casimero. No. John Casimero, you haven't put yourself in that kind of position yet for you to start saying the ducking word. He's too far ahead of you. But like I said, boxing is crazy. There are shortcuts to boxing. But with every shortcut, they tell you, stay on the yellow brick road. Don't veer off. Don't do no side quest because there's wolves in these streets, right? Okay. He's going to have to take a side quest, meaning he's going to have to take a fight or fight a fighter that Naoya Inoue fought against. He's going to have to beat him in a more
Yeah.
convincing way, like he did Luis Pantera Nari, and put himself in greater position to be a better champion. What fighter could John Casimiro fight today, in today's standard, that would
Nakatani.
launch Nakatani? Nice.
Throw him in there
Mr.
with
Miyagi,
Ramon
who do you got?
Cardenas.
Or Cardenas.
Yes.
Cardenas is a good fight too.
Mate, that'll just
Cardenas.
be a shootout.
Yes. Yes. Yes,
But I
guys.
think Cardenas would catch him like early, like big time. The way he's so
So
wild.
John Casimiro would have to beat for you, Cardenas, and for frontline, Junto Nakatani. Two great fights. If he can do that,
Imagine he knocks Nakatani the fuck out.
imagine that. Imagine, yo, imagine motherfucking
Inoue won't take that fight ever. Ever.
what you mean? What
Let
you
me tell
mean
you
he
something.
wouldn't take the
Yo,
fight?
if Casemiro knocks out Nakatani, Inoue's not gonna fucking put his O on the line for that. That
Yeah, he
logo.
would. He's
Yo,
a beast.
Brody, bro,
Don't you know
bro,
who Naoya Inoue is?
yo, Brody,
He's a
yo,
monster. He's a
bro,
monster.
Brody wants to know what
Stop
do you
it.
think about Inoue versus Espinoza?
Yo, man. Ah, that tall motherfucker, bro. That's he's like my Sebastian Fondora. He's I gotta recognize. Listen, Robersi dropped him in their fight. Remember that. Espinosa's been dropped before. Okay, and just because Robersi did that doesn't mean Naoya Inoue can do that. That length, that power, that Mexican dude, bro. You gotta. I'm not sure, man. He's a problem. Talk to me on a later date about that. Because Naoya, listen, Naoya's great, man. He's amazing. I just think eventually, if he is to fall, is because they blew him up and put him in a weight division he really never belonged in. I think at 118, 115, those were his greatest weights. I don't think there was a fighter alive that would beat him in those weight divisions. He was firing on all cylinders. That's where he was the most dangerous in his career. The further he goes up, we're treading in territory water. Usually, how the greats lose. You got Felix Trinidad fighting fucking Roy Jones Jr. at fucking 170, 90 type shit. What the fuck was Felix doing up there? You were a 147 pounder. Like, this is what happens to a lot of fighters, guys. And they got, but you know what's good about a fighter like
Wait,
Naoya
where
Inoue?
did Inoue start? 108, you said?
108, yes. But you know what the great thing about one Naoya Inoue that separates him from those kind of fighters? Most of those fighters took those fights when they were desperate. They were at the end of their career and they were broke. Or they did some stupid shit. They had to come back and fight in crazy weight divisions. Naoya Inoue made so much money, and him and his father, they've been so smart with it. On the day he announces his retirement, or he doesn't have to do that crazy fight to jump up a lot of weight to finally get the bag like Terrence Crawford. His entire career, he was paid minimum. He had to go do some crazy shit to get the bag. Naoya Inoue, yeah, what did he make the year before that? 36 million. The year before that, like 27 million. This year, what did he make? Like 32 million. He's not going to be in the situation where you're going to be able to entice him and say, Naoya Inoue, come up here to 135 and fight Tank Davis. He's not going to have to do that. He's not going to have to risk it all to get the bag because he's already got the bag. And that's what makes him different than other fighters in different situations. He's not going to be money hungry where he's going to have to take that fight to get the bag. That's what Terrence Crawford had to do. Naoya Inoue's been getting that kind of money. He sold out the fucking Tokyo Arena 55,000 not once but twice.
Hey, and
He
speaking
Turkey
of
gave
that,
him like $9 million just to be the ambassador.
yo,
Fucking ridiculous.
speaking of that side of the country, shout out to Charlie Suarez who came on Pro Box and did his thing. I think he wants that Navarrete rematch. Broly wants to know if
Why
Rafael goes
not?
up 4 pounds to 130 to fight Shock. I think Ashaki Foster is too much for Espinoza right now. He would have to get at least 1 or 2 fights at 130 to see how his body acclimates to 130. I think he could do it though. He's big enough to go up to 130.
Yeah, I think he'll do fine against Espinoza. I think it'll be like a situation like Hamza moved up to fight Edgar. Hamza's body frame could support the weight jump, and I don't think it'll be much of a problem. I think that as Espinoza moved up to 130, and he put on the 4 pounds, I think his frame, I think he won't even notice it, to tell you the truth. And he'll be less weight drain. He'll have to cut less weight. I think it'll be great for Espinoza. As far as the fight versus Oshaki Foster is a dangerous fighter, man. He fights to the level of his competition, definitely. If you start fighting Oshaki, you're gonna bring that monster out, and he's gonna turn it up on you. So, but he does have a tendency of getting up on the scorecards, and all of a sudden Oshaki like shifts it down. Like he like starts like allowing the guy to stick around. He gets bored or something, right? But Espinoza's not gonna give that to him. Espinoza is a come forward type fighter, a volume punching. He tries to overwhelm you. That uppercut, he keeps that shit on deck, and he just hits you everywhere. You know, he's been battle tested. Like I said, he got dropped in the Robersi fight. I thought he was losing the fight. He came back and stopped Robersi in the fight. Since then, he's been fighting like a champion. He's really been, I saw the other ones where he hit Robersi with the elbows and shit. So his elbow game is tight. You know what I mean? If he gets crazy, he'll elbow you real quick. He just Espinoza is he's
That'll be a good
dangerous. He's
fight though,
beatable.
Espinoza and Inoue.
He's beatable. He's beatable now. He's beatable. But
Elbows
he's gonna
versus
be a problem.
headbutts. Elbows versus headbutts. That'll be a good
Versus
ass fight.
headbutts. Shut up.
So,
You're so
so
crazy. Yes.
Edwin, what do you think of this Fulton's fight against that was it Liam Wilson, the guy that should have beat Navarrete? He put Navarrete on his ass, and it was a super long count, mate. Navarrete
Yeah,
was all over the place.
I know who you
Look,
talk about.
look, that white dude, you're talking about
Wilson.
Wilson.
That's
Wilson.
it. Yeah.
Yes, that was a long count. Okay. Wilson, you know, I think his gas tank started to betray him a little bit, or maybe he let the fight out of him. You know when you're like frustrated, when you know you should have won and you thought you won and you let the fight out of you? I kind of felt he did that in a sense. Navarrete hit him with a big shot. You saw him wobble right there. Then that's when the onslaught started coming out. But as far as what Frontline is saying, when you see, this is my problem with the sport, and we talk about the corruption in the sport. How the hell are you going to have a fight with instant replay, show the instant replay, and award the fight a no contest? Tell me that didn't happen
Mate, that's some bullshit. That
against
Suarez
Charlie
fight.
Suarez.
Yeah.
Brother, they showed the punch on the
And then they were
live with the instant replay that it was not a clash of heads. And they still went on with the decision. What good is the instant replay if they can't overturn a referee's ruling that he might have gotten wrong? That's what the instant replay is there for. Charlie Suarez hit this man, and we all saw it. It was a punch, not a clash of heads. And right after he hit him in the punch, the cut opened up, it went slips. And so when you think of situations like this, first of all, Frontline, I don't think he wants to fight Charlie Suarez again. I'm
Nah.
going to answer that first. I don't think he wants to fight him again. As far as Stephen Kubo Fulton and that kind of fight, when Stephen Kubo Fulton fought O'Shaquie Foster, there was a lot more going on in Stephen Kubo Fulton's life. You know, just that weight cut miss had to say it all. Brother, you didn't miss weight because you were under. You came in heavier and you're jumping up a weight division. When the fuck do you guys ever hear that?
That's
When have you
laziness.
ever
That
in the
is.
history of boxing, the guy go up, miss weight because he was heavier? Right?
I mean,
Yo, there
I was
was
so
just some,
disappointed.
yeah, there was something going on in Scooter's life. There was definitely some disruption there. You know, the camp or the training or the weight cut. I don't think shit went smoothly. Your performance looked like it took a hit. Um, yeah, yeah, there was something there, man. And O'Shaquie Foster showed him no mercy. He wasn't supposed to. You know, he went in there, did his job. He beat him, and that's it. I mean,
But
Scooter's got to worry about himself. Yeah, what's up?
Edwin, are you able to check just check the rankings for the super featherweight division? Is Liam Wilson ranked highly in the was it WBO?
Okay.
Because
So
I've got an interesting theory of what will happen after if Fulton beats this Liam, if he's ranked where I think he is, and
okay. I
Navarrete's the
got you right
champion.
now. All right. I got you right now. Let
So
me
Liam
pull up the
Wilson
ranking.
is
I was
ranked
talking.
number 9 in the IBF. He's ranked number 7 in the WBA. He's ranked. Um, he's not ranked in the WBC, and then he's ranked number 2 in the WBO.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what's going to happen. Yeah, if Stephen Fulton beats Liam Wilson, I'm telling you now, he's going to fight Navarrete for them 2 belts. And Navarrete's not going to fight Charlie Suarez. He'll end up taking a little tune-up. He'll take a little stay busy fight. And you know what? Funny enough, I have Stephen Fulton beating Navarrete on points in that.
Mm. Yeah,
I think
Because
it's
Stephen
Navarrete. I
and
Fulton,
think
it wouldn't
Navarrete
be
not
it wouldn't
knock
be
him
a
out.
no,
Mr. Miyagi, it wouldn't be a stretch to say you would think that a Fulton fight's gonna go 12 rounds now, would it?
no, no, no. No, but I mean, because everyone would think Navarrete is just going to steamroll Fulton, but I'm telling you now,
Mm.
Fulton deals with pressure fighters so
Yeah, he
well
does.
on
He's
the
got good
inside.
mobility.
Like you see, I know Brandon Figueroa is a sloppy fighter, not a lot of skill, but that is a ton of pressure, and he's
Remember
a heavy-handed puncher.
Stephen Fulton beat Brandon Figueroa twice.
And Angelo Leo as well. Their
And
fight that
Angelo
they
Leo, the
had,
current champion. Yeah. He's
that
got
was
win
all
over
on the
both of
inside.
them. Both the champions.
I'm telling you now, I wouldn't be surprised if he beats because this Liam has like probably the worst style for Fulton to fight against because he's more of a boxer puncher, but he doesn't have great feet.
What about
Um,
Gary Antoine Russell Jr.?
for what?
For Stephen Fulton?
Not Gary Antoine. He's talking about Gary Russell.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gary Russell.
Gary Russell Jr. Yeah, for Stephen Fulton. Gary Russell, yes.
That's a dangerous fight for Fulton.
What's Gary Russell's reach? Is
What?
he like 60? What's Gary Russell's arm reach? It's
Arm
like
reach?
68. Yeah, 68, isn't it? Or
I
is it
don't know. I thought it was
69?
67, okay,
Because
arm reach,
Fulton's got
Gary.
a
Okay, hold on.
Fulton
Let me type them up. I'll get it
Fulton's
right
got
now
like
for
a
you.
70, 71-inch arm reach, isn't he?
Okay. What the hell did I do?
Y'all sleeping though, because we got a body in that division. Henry Moncho Lebron. He coming for all of them, and he ranked
God, here
too.
we go.
Y'all sleeping on Moncho. He's
You
ranked
gonna
number
put
5.
Moncho up there with these dogs that fast? Come on,
Yo,
man. Don't get
yo,
them messed up.
Moncho's ranked
I
number
thought you
5 in the
liked your fighters,
IBF.
bro. Huh?
He's ranked number 5 in the IBF, 14 in the WBA. He's not ranked. Let me see. Nope, he's not ranked in the WBC, and he's ranked number 11 in the WBO. So what are we talking about?
I haven't seen any of his fights. Was he boxer, puncher, pressure fighter?
He's a boxer puncher.
Has he got
He's got
what?
he's got real high ring IQ. The only thing that's against him though is inactivity.
Hmm. What's his footwork like? Has he got like the quick step in? Has
Yeah,
he got like just good shuffles?
good shuffles, good
Yeah.
angles. He's a southpaw, and he could crack.
Yeah, that would probably be a tough fight because I feel like Philly fighters, they struggle if you've got a fighter in front of them that controls distance really well. AKA, so just for example, the Japanese style of fighting is all about maintaining that mid range, and obviously, in a way, personifies it to the extreme. With obviously, like he's got like the American like flair to him with his like footwork and the way he like throws his shots. It's regimented, but he can change it up and be creative, unlike a lot of Japanese fighters. So I
Yep.
think that would be a real tough fight for Fulton
Miyagi, I
if
got a
that's the
question
case.
for you.
Hmm?
In October, how do you see this fight between Dalton Smith and Alberto Buello?
That'd be
That
interesting.
exhale, that exhale said it all.
I've got to think because I'm just trying to think who's Dalton's fought that's anywhere remotely close to
He fought,
Puello.
well, his last fight was against Matias.
Yeah.
Um,
Who did he fight? I've only watched a few of Dalton's fights. I can't remember the names now. Just have you got his box rec up? Just
Oh,
run through the names. Dalton
Dalton
Smith.
Smith.
what are you talking about? Dalton Smith, the 140-pound champion. Dalton
I
Smith.
put it on the
All
screen
right.
so Mr. Miyagi can see it.
What? What does he want to see?
He wants to see the names on Dalton Smith's resume besides
On Dalton
Matias.
Smith's resume? Here. How about this? Boom, we'll put that like this. We'll put this like this. We'll put this like this. Dalton Smith. And we'll just put him on the board. There's Dalton Smith right there. Look at the screen. And Dalton Smith is 19 fights, 14 knockouts. He has a 73% knockout ratio. He's 5'9", orthodox boxer. He's 29 years old. Last fight, he's scheduled to fight Alberto Puello. His last fight was Subriel Matiz. What's up? And right here, you see the rest of the fights right here. German. Let's see. Jose Zepeda. Sam Maxwell.
I guess what Miyagi's asking is who on his resume resignates to Alberto Boyo's style.
Hmm?
Mm,
What was that?
Who on Dalton Smith's resume
Yep.
mimics Bueyo's style
no,
that fights
Yes.
like
no, I
Bueyo?
don't.
Oh, Puello? Like Puello. Oh, who on is that fights like Puello?
I would say Cepeda probably, but he caught Cepeda at the end of his career though.
Yeah, he kind of caught
Mm.
Cepeda, the older version of himself. That's who I got up on the screen already before you even said it. I quickly went to him. I mean,
It's
look, if
it's just
Suprema Diaz can beat and nullify Alberto Puello, I don't think Dalton Smith has the kind of fighting pressure Suprema Diaz has that Alberto Puello could not turn him to himself. What makes this fight dangerous for Dalton Smith is that he's going to actually try to box and overpower Alberto Puello. Um, Alberto Puello is going to be able to be himself. He's dangerous with his inside punches, his body shots. He can really hurt Dalton Smith, Alberto Puello. His boxing style is really good. Dalton Smith proved to be a big puncher. He flipped Sabrina Mateus behind the ear, and that was all she wrote. Sabrina Matias is a tough man in his own right, tough fighter, the real boogeyman of the division. On any day, he can stop any of the top guys. He's a dangerous out, Sabrina Matias. For Dalton Smith to go in there and stop him, that was big. That was big. Alberto Puello could not do that. But this is going to be a different fight. This is going to be where it's going to give Dalton Smith the impression he's a bit more safer because Alberto Puello's not going to be putting that kind of pressure Subir put on him. So in those kind of moments, Dalton Smith is going to feel like he can be himself. He can box strong, he can use his jab. That is where it's going to be a problem for him. He's going to find out how much better of a boxer Alberto Puello wasn't allowed to be in the Subir fight. He's going to allow to be that with Dalton Smith. Then
Dalton
Dalton Smith, you know what he's going
Dalton's
to
gonna
do?
have to make it a dirty fight.
Yes, that's out, man. I was just going to say that. But it's going to be his downfall too. Because what he's going to have to do is what all the fighters found out against Puello. What they're going to try to do is turn it down and dirty, just like Gary Antoine Russell Jr. did there, right? Well, not the junior part, right? Um, just like Gary Antoine Russell did when he fought Alberto Puello. He tried, he didn't make that many adjustments in the fight, but when he saw he was losing to him, he tried to bully him. What happened? Alberto Puello started using his footwork, lateral movement, and he started walking him into shots. He truly showed that the Russell kid, he taught him a boxing lesson. Alberto Puello can box. See, Dalton Smith can box. He's not quite the boxer that Alberto Puello is, but what he lacks in boxing, he makes forward and power and aggression. Dalton Smith, he's aggressive, but I don't, I think that he's just gonna think he's gonna be able to, like do your traditional like boxing movement of Dalton Smith. Like he's gonna be thinking he has time. He's not gonna be wanting to feel the pressure of Alberto Puello, and he's gonna be like, like doing boxing shit. With Subier Matias, he was on full alert, like the entire fight. From the minute the bell went, and Dalton Smith was like, "This guy's coming right at me." And started like he was just, banging with him. And there was a point in the time that I thought that he might have quit. And Dalton Smith's camp said, "Yo, you're taking a lot of shots." And then, he fucking hit that Hail Mary. Had it not been for that Hail Mary that he fucking clipped Subriel, the fight might have went a different way for Dalton Smith. And they were both that fight, that little bit of rounds, that much action, compact, was better than a fucking 24 rounds of Jerron Boots Ennis and Karen. Now, wasn't it? Because they went right to it. So it's like pick your poison. I just
Hey
think that
Edwin, I'm
Dalton
about to hop
Smith is gonna,
off.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah, all
hop
right,
off.
brother.
I'll catch you on the
Catch you
next
later.
one. Yo, Mr. Miyagi, have a good night, bro. Good
Yeah,
night,
you
y'all.
too.
Yup.
See you
And
later.
Peace.
that's a max amount of weight to cut. but I'm sure it's a lot of fat since Fulton said he's like he likes his food. Well, when you say that Fulton walks around at 160, I don't believe that. Some of these live
Yo,
fighters be lying because they're
yo, he
little
blows up.
dudes. They be wanting
Have
to
you,
act like they bigger and shit.
it, there's a video I see of Stephen Fulton, and I think he's got Shakur Stevenson standing next to him, and I'm telling you now, Fulton looks big, like
Yeah.
his face, like he blow, even
Oh yeah,
even
yeah, yeah.
against,
He gets that round face. Yeah, he always gets that.
it's like
Yeah,
he's
he
sort
gets
of,
kind of 160 though. That's a lot of weight to get up there from being a small guys and fighting at 122 and shit. That means he was cutting a lot of weight if that's true. Like, damn. Like I wouldn't imagine that. That would be too undisciplined. That gotta be unhealthy. You cutting from like you're letting yourself blimp up to 160 and walking around like that in between fights. That can't be good. So if he
do you
was
know?
actually doing that, man,
Yeah, but a lot of fight. You think Tank Davis is probably just his
yeah, but
normal walking
yeah, but
around
Dave
weight is
Davis is
around
one of
that
the
sort
most
of weight.
undisciplined fighters that there is out there. He
Yeah, but
blew
you
up.
could say the same for Fulton as well because he missed weight.
Yeah,
Like he missed his weight
right.
by like what
And
three
Tank missed
pounds.
weight. He lost his belt on the scale.
Yeah,
Yeah, at
you
130.
know. Oh, I just forgot what I was going to say. No.
Oh, you were
Um,
talking about Fulton and him blimping up
what was it? What
and what?
before that? I had a point that I wanted to make. I can't remember. It'll come to me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, man. There's a lot of these scenarios we can break down in boxing and stuff. And like I said to a couple of the people that are joining me and watching the show and stuff, um, look, guys, I am a lot better at covering boxing. Like I said, a lot of these times they want to call me out on silly shit to try to destroy my character on what we actually talk about. That's boxing. That's one thing they won't call me out on. Because I can debate and talk boxing, but mostly the times when they try to attack you, it's not what you're good in, because you're good in that. They can't get you there. They try to get you on other stupid, silly shit, like who the fuck is this guy, or the phrase on who owns this, or who did that, or investigation this, but not boxing. So when you come here to Round One Sports Talk, you're gonna find out that the show is a lot better. And I gotta apologize for not warning you about the show. It's something like this. Check it out. It's something like
I wonder
this.
what Arsenio's doing right now. He probably at a wine and cheese party.
Damn, there's some good ass cheese.
If they don't tell him how good the cheese is, he'll be mad.
How come you didn't tell me how good the cheese was? Motherfucker, good ass cheese, nigga. What you looking at? I was surprised you bank looking motherfucker. You should have told me how good the cheese was.
I
Yo,
wonder what
that's
Arsenio's
that's that's
doing right.
my fault. That's my fault for not telling you how dope the show really is. You know what I'm saying? I could have told you how good the show was. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Listen, fight fans, thank you for tuning in. Please do me a favor and give the videos a like, Mr. Miyagi. It's always great when you stop by. And it's been my pleasure. Thank you for stopping by and showing your
yeah,
support and giving your feedback like always. Frontline to my co-host, Frontline. It's always a pleasure. Even him and his little biased ass with his ridiculous takes, right? And wanting to put Mr. Miyagi on a 10-second timeout. You know, my co-host is out of control. You know what I
yeah, he's
mean?
going to
But
start something.
but you know what I'm saying? It's all love here. We have an amazing time. We have a great vibe. We like to talk boxing. We don't like to disrespect each other. We don't feel we need to insult each other, call each other names or weirdos just because you think a different way than I do. I'm not a used car salesman. I'm not trying to persuade you or push my views onto you. I'm merely discussing things, breaking things down, and asking you, the viewer, what do you think? Here at Round One Sports Talk, we have a different approach on boxing. and we see boxing in a different light. So if you like how I bring and present boxing, you like the vibe, and sometimes you want to break away from all those argument debate channels, join us here at Round One Sports Talk. Become a Round One Sports Talk member. And like always, I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. You guys have a blessed night. And I'm out. And this is one last time for Frontline. Frontline. Shushu ain't never gonna beat Naoya Inoue. Get over it. Teofimo Lopez, he's gonna beat Rody. Get over it. Stop crying, Frontline. But we'll see you tomorrow. Hey yo, love you guys. Peace.
See you later.
Hey yo, Mr. Miyagi, that was for you. That was retaliation for him messing with one of my guys. You know, he don't like me messing with Lloyd. Don't mess with my guys. You know what I mean?